In fact, because they are in America. In fact, because they are a pimple channel. On Tiasia Cop. Nagan and Penfoca come as a now. I'm going to apply to so a proper account to Banway. That other man can. I found out for Maa Bremponmaa.
I just say, Ujana Yajuma says, Jana Yajuma. Share.
I see no bomb.
You have a bomb to jam on me.
My father, some money. It's always so and I was over so that channel.
And as cannon so far, your baby catch of the and such
about life only. About 2 alive. About 2 alive. I'm a sabato crano, or not a number of Sunday, and the sober who the same use can now, who are followers the same? What can I say at your stomach?
Thou wouldn't inquire if you can't pass by our non person.
I don't have a Chinese cabinet, so send his cabinet. You can't go so much of it.
When him send your brain, yes, come. Yet the Yakuma Pasad, you say, yeah, dear, say, yeah.
Well, I'm a separate channel because
7 hours. 5 hours.
Master can call
5 hours.
The Blanca so could let you go to you not go challenge us up. Did you not go challenge us for Bissica? Memo
Monsanto a gift. Monsanto is car.
What could talk with your NTDI? What support your causes I want today? One support to Madisika. What support to the
support to us, Akosia Sewa, but the Entrahoma Sika Winko. Share. Go beyond first cannon court. Monsanto lie or Master Sabato is here. Monsanto no. You have no crank one, you can't. I want to me for where you call. Asa.
Okranisica, and you see Maa Bremponmaa. Hey, tell me, Pammy, we can say. What do you mean, proper and church, Nubia, and a Sicano, and you come out, and I'm on for bar, and look for Billy Yasana, you're caught to Nogodi. Don't catch a general. Meaning that's what Weska. Then we were so challenging me. Also, Omako life. Okay. We need accountability. We are printing mobile money. No money, my just one cop. No more printing.
We need accountability. Yes, means any cat near who near this can yet. No more mamma and the point. Why are Kola?
You're crying, say, oh, then.
No, some say, I conquer, say. I conquer, and I'm some of them, but I'm a man. No, first Caramano. Now, Obisaska, where's the Korea, where's the Fama, and you have to say, one first come and I to see.
Mamma,
you have your platform, and you go for the commander. Such a disgrace, I had almost 1 month.
I saw you a cup quality. Go for we pa.
But that's all. Asante ko ba tima ka me kan wasam. Oh life. All life. We got to tima kan. We ba koratin, what tima kan wasam. Ya me kan ma ba chim say, eh asem skara mama me no. We rim dey talk about to yesa. Ma o maka. Me bu o maka. Say play to say asem skara mama o maka wasam. E dey tinu ma ho du skara. Blanca so be this guy, didn't you know how this can? Will be yadia, can you kofo? You are about to make. You are now as I take a Moncasa, Mokus, Oblivious, Mamma Fo. Oblivious say, well, Mr. Capano, they said to get the Tiana Moko. Some fool. And some fool. I wish I Moncasa, my brother. My brother. But what did they want? Monka Obiancha again. Constance, they don't want Mamitio. Well, I talk was okay because on me. I pray to the other time myself. Or in the way in Amana. What me, what me, need to many. Be too fair from back door. No, or can't send it secret. Yamu be a pen ko won say betibi. We didn't tell my yama sam. E ono ane pe. Can we do obi adimu 50 series, obi adimu 100 series. Etimetiam nso. Unni ya sane kwai.
Me woji bi se sika no mwadi.
Yeah, mom, one week come on first come.
Na ko mo be ye ho bibi nke na ye hu sei.
Yeah, be come proud.
Obi odobroni on kan atwe mo first kan ko. Odobroni on mo first kan ko. Mo amo kasa. Wa o tweme aso mo odobroni obi.
Ye bibi aseku a esese yetimi ejina na ye accountable for bibi a ye beye bia na enye se obi jina ha na watu sika kɔ ha na we jina ha na me omo se ye nkoto sei na mu betwa ye ntro se mo akoto dwan edwan so se na enye musika enye sika ne bi na me ne ye me ya gigi sika ye nkonkohwe ne yeku papa no ye nyina na ye kan ye ni nyina ye pese ye hu no kore ne yeku papa no kaya ena ye hina mode ba haye first na ye go find me ye hu ne yakoba haye ye hye da mi sa ho aseme no ho kram nkomo ne nyama yo go find me nkomo ne nyama ye ena ye agenda se ye gigi sika mama mi mana kwa akoye ni ehu ne yeku maame no yeku papa no afei de sika ne ba ya mo mpese mo beyi ano na mo yiyi 1 cedi 2 cedi 1 cedi 2 cedi adai ena mo ti
Me plan so obi odobroni. Me mo ye program no, ene odobroni sam e no kwa ewom na me pe.
I say, my dear, Jaya Kanyina Sabato ke won ka boni o.
What is odobroni no? Me ka se che odobroni mo so. Mo fa sika ko no me na ma me tese mo di 200 million ba, mo di 5 billion, mo di 1 billion ba, na mo penti se to ma me di no kwa.
Munya account nchi omo ma echi.
Munya account nchi omo mo from cheers kan. Munya account nchi ma mo ka sa mo put mobile money. Account ni sika na get no do be che. We mo
ya ntokwa enya didi atem Sabato nka abon o si mu first kan.
Omo de koma fosi omo de scanner command.
We di omo from fosi no de trejo ani me ka sai. Me nka sa mo from Maa Bremponmaa. No mo ko penti statement na mo fa mama me no because mo risk can be. Mo mo ji sika mo risk can. Mo ji sika organ mo nye faithful. Me man tell you. Mo nye faithful.
Sabato say wa da ne tamfo mo amanfo keka che omo so
Sabato
Sabato ti say o kan no omo ki fa ho
Sister.
Sabato na be sa no.
Enye me say go mo life. Omo ko life e. No mo ni matem.
Sabato me pa cho mo ti say
Woman na to ma ba pedi. Omo aba mu dua. Omo ya dia abusapanye to do no atem. Omo ne ami suppose omo.
Sabato I was on my account. Scan it there was on my account.
Omo ta na go fa pega. Odobroni ko foro. Do ani na won fa me. Na me chen ko ba fa so akese. Afa sky so jije. Period.
Sabato.
Yes, me too.
Sabato o de enko yesrew o de ye ya ne ye kwa
the time ka mo che o do bro na ta mo do bro ni sika se mo amu charity ame mo so ji sika so bi so FS carry the number cho fanyo so wonya
I'm courtesy sika ne de the way I wish no me ka camera ho aden na
no me ko be me say wa ko chie bia na se da bi onu kuma mi wo sika na me
sika me ba cha me ka se mo bu chie bi mama masiro bia na se mu chie ko the right place
Sabato me tibi kasa and Sabato your friend is saying
chie bia na papa ya
Bacho who tie me
chie
there's a man came here papa bi ba ha ewie or trying to say now be calm down now or so be fro me kwa ma fro what o phone off or offer me throw somebody offer bibi offer nipa
anya collect na chie do kan na
oba ha offer no nipa but o fi ha na no call oba ti e fe
no chie o mu ti do akwasi mo mu ni kasa mo mu ni ko ba phone
no kasa penyimu nya sa oba ha Ɔsi wɔn nyi nfiri ɛyi no so ɛyɛ a wɔn ni wɔn ni kyerɛ mu bia mo bia
Hey, when you answer, when you answer, go back and say, oh, my music card, I want to come from man. So let me call you.
Asemaba, and your phone and your sem. Upenny would you would now home anti.
And never to pass from my 1 or 2. Say, you never saw the 13th dear. Mimi did the end say, and then to your why is not prepared. On the 13th, when you're prepared, so the way you be. So, what's the date here? Damn it,
who send this Sikana, Cadet Yadochi, and Quebec did it? Who send this Kana Santa Queen? Sikamanya sister was one problem. Sika, Macama Matiti Mundi. Pokia, send this carrying Mamma Mammy, Bunny. Not only it's about to be 2 months one. Me, Yachimi Mammy, me Mammy Academy Panasam. As we need time in the program. But more, Mammy, yes, I'm yummy. The soccer man did the as it's about to me, I'm sorry, meaning go be a found. Meaning Tony Pa, they turn cray.
And no one okan, no Kulana okan. I won't pen no cray. And I saw I form me against you.
Now, go and get your man. Go and get your man. No sharing to Maa Bremponmaa. No sharing to Akosasa. Go and get your man. One minute after that, 1 minute to qua. Then may expose Ubasa. You may expose Ubasa. Uche, my friend,
why are dear pa? What better from Manopa? What can no crow? One pen no cray.
And tell me, my another right time, Mamma, let's suppose. What I video, I don't care. I don't know about one from Obama to no beyond Chia, Massimo beyond Chia. May your video tell me, Uma by the short video. I will be on the costume. No more will be secret, no being triggered and giskin. Short video, we chat to my, at the 1,000 years, we have a bit. Monsiamo Pia. Who is Cabako for the ratchet and go for in the crack? More by my brain.
You know. Because I'm a trader serious and I'm a people no the machine na ye na mama you may ya mo say me drop me name no 1 no.
Yeah, no, maybe I did not guess was then. Said then you couldn't lumber. Tamani a bohono,
a mama sube
yeah.
A mama sube she papa do time you component to me. I just say, do almost all life. I just say, did the time and I said, do you can't see, yeah. But yes, we chief free honor, yama, and you legal side, no museo. And because now you could focus on this side near ball panka massa. Oh, my why issue. Besides,
what is Massa? You factor, I don't know why not going to say you're going to assume. That is because I don't see the reason why I say. I send back open here. I'll start lawyer Makuma Kunsia. Nana, so when we two
say, me then you go want to say, I feel yeah, okay. Almost saying we can't bring any other evidence again, right?
Wabwa, so my recollection.
You now there one no there be. You hope you.
Yeah.
Another what?
Almost me guys are some corner near Kokana. I did one more with me. Myself, did say, no, when I yes, Saka.
Almost then. No, they are very no, I video say back.
They were born crowd. Ah, someone will be the legal wife of my boss, my two tradition. Imagine. Look at tradition.
Now,
oh, it was our who did it. They can't run more to one more to Africa. Okay, can't say, and I contempt.
Judge, Ophelia say, yeah, the ordinance when I bro. No share na time ni so a. Say na that we postpone the anka o de obeka so oh ene say na de na kwakoba no time constraint ni nti no mesrɛ mo na ka me de injunction no epeto eyi no so that oyere ne problem no on konko so on ye ne ye certification ni ma no na on fa ye de on fa mbra na yentumi yin free ho na also bet matter official letter put to the German embassy and Ghana's embassy in Germany na omo mahu say official letter we free court ni de omo ye ne ntem ama 1 day or 2 days we pay pa because of official letter court here no omo ngonko ye omo say ye the 3 weeks na check here no don't give special clearance for that thing ni aye bibia pa na ba
God me say ono a wo hu you know case no or who the nature of case na I know say we the 25th make me read e won na dream say we bua my legal wife we won na dream time o postpone the date no a 1 month 25th na mo say we waje adam there o tumi family anya jumanda
ayeka
because once assembly buy na no so assembly 25th member final budget we can straight
Omo say assembly clear but
we can straight because we say the nifa na time a wo mo ha se pia your lawyers ni kogu mu no no hu say ade no say no the the sikani popo na so oje na because asem de buy one ni what na wo ka say bufro we
that's what we say
abrojan ma dey vote him out abrojan ma dey vote him out
no you vote
push public will vote him out the judiciary
it's na there so like the way Adam mama here cheap then the same thing.
I mean, chief judge when your mama and the to na there so.
Why?
Chief Justice, Judicial Council.
Yes. I'm not there so. I'm not
no, I was say we lawyer could see intro official complaint. Then no call report is had in this one. Other judges no so show. Yes, I want to case but because you near about mafia Caribbean.
They are all corrupt. Omuna say anase will come back to them. I'm
yeah, public
as a bastion.
Public as I said, bastion. No. I'm confused about the concept. I don't know more than the I don't know.
Only me say sorry on that Saturday, no. Now sorry for no and almost awful age. Sorry, ho. No, I started so all my no credentials. Schools I call Masa. Because say no, omo person omo lifting my spirit. I didn't affect no because nothing or say or co university say or co wabo certificate say she oye juma
she's corrupt and forever be on her thing as corrupt.
Baby mama for you say well you I can make
internet don't lie. Now
baby mama no is not the only one. There are more than one. Why don't you call all of them? So person who yana say traditional there you have to call all the baby mama. How many a baby mama for the niece no mommy na. How many mama you call all of them and root them once. So person the baby mama they do there. Why don't you call all of them?
Picture see it's clear say it's AI Photoshop.
AI the baby when you get
correct.
Now all the name kata when you person be.
Then say ono dey na ya mo no we are using AI tonight. She said the video never anyway.
See, serious country biana abusapani no. The first interview no, omukwa man testify.
Makofa obroni picture bana.
Obroni na wari 3 months ono ne dey na money ba.
Serious country biani wono mo a anka obema abusapani we testify that. Because in the first interview or granted was with my baba. You don't have any right to talk about Nibibia. No. Period. Kono de only chance class or cancer maybe because one of the records on the house street say was with my baba. It will be a so come out about now so no. That is it. Now what me my every chance must send a coach here. Watch the prayers send him Mokobono. Born or park so no na ye train wom hwe wom ba de om to papa so ho no
no se wa amehia no on fa sa bayo de enye example se mo hashia o se mo hashia den de on fa na enye example
Moisha.
so no
I'm not
mo
one more
hashia so no
TV
se
news. I'm
wasoro
only no crap.
so no
Was
so
monka.
se
Sometimes you
wasoro
drum say,
Sa
it's one man when
Nancy
I'm free
Frank
one. And I'm from my
Moisha
room.
video. We in the nine free in Pabo Mo
Ukura
take.
na enye adwuma
Boy.
say.
hwe
Hey.
ewiase wo ho wo se
Yeah.
bibi ni pa bibi betini o so no so ode ne ho ba hey onye very careful
Ah,
because anu a di nechi no I'm very careful
me
obi
say
asem
adobo oprega benten no say wo hwe ne current aye da omututu ayi gu ne so a ne current
wa
demeanor
ho
no.
se
Me say ma me
pete
akosia say wa akra so eso chen no. Hey,
pete o nam bola to
Say,
ejidi
unse, and the patch say, unim ne course.
oni
Okay,
peace
owo na ato ni paso say.
unim.
What
oni
just say wa
pressure
boss am I
oni
crank dey o say
peace
fridge mo no.
Yeah. Without him, Baba. Baba.
Wa
Oh, say,
boss
I
am
didn't
I.
say,
Me say
Omo, I didn't hear Omo, then they say, you to me, yes, switch your attention. If free, then they cool room, no, so no. Kids
oh
now,
just
Honum say, a bow, Jana.
agwa
Omo, mete.
you're welcome
Because now, and
agwa
yet is no, a wood trashy. Senior, wa. Nana go for can say, oh, gay, and then, if you're
it says so
yes,
hwe ne
godfather
current ayi pa as a
godfather
maame a wanya
godfather
more than even
yes, on
70
him.
years. This is one
what's
wa
that
babre wa chen maame akosia
what
say wow.
monocrat
Ka baba wa no.
there is no
But you
peace
old
for
cargo
the
as I'm talking to you
there's
right
no
now.
peace for what
The evil one.
there's no there's no peace for the wicked nso ọno no oni ahotọ ọfun sika
No,
ne
only
ẹdan na
so.
wagye
The way I
aboɔ
was
so na
about
ọdọ
one.
ọdẹ mu nyina
The way I was
oni
about one.
ahotọ
No, 60 years now. Maame na nya no. I don't think
30
so. We do
something
something
years
now.
osi obi ọwọ
Odu
80 years
odu something now. I think so. Obebubu. Ontimi nya koda. Because na bre wa bona beto.
Wait, so, no, be who are so.
wait
Be who are
oh dayo it's
share.
serious o
I also want to say because share we don't need more. One
me
say we are born for abrono no. Say
hwɛ
only wubia say we are born in a be affect. And
Mm.
say en kofa no bebre etugu
it's too
so
hard
na
o
we are born do so
And
an.
that the lumba nan
That
kasa
we
na
are born
room
be
no.
ejuma
Where lion
ejuma.
no. One where lion is spirit very strong. He's not going to sleep.
Wana no.
He will never that lumba no. Where lion spirit didn't it where
Onu so diobo.
that kasa.
Ya
nafa
twa ma de gu na
ọno
chika
nso
be me
diabo
de. Onu so
ọdi
diobo.
ọbọ
Onu na
ọtena
Anya
ne
de
yere ho
obeda.
ankanyɛ no no
Ah,
Na
ọtena
mi
for
bisa
entertainment
na ya onto o pa je say despite what me no everyone so dey everyone in Japan dey na inkofo nimpa kini Japan main wife ni yiri
yeah.
fe na waware na nkasa any other ones o ba say na kini Japan we na confusion betumi sit say we
dabi
Watutu na chi ye.
o pa
ọtụtụ
bra
ihe
Ayi no.
o
I
pa
think
bra
the one call ayi no one in the call campaign one pen be you kuna obi admin enguram.
obi
Wa bukan
atumi ba
baby mama for nko
nti sometimes
baby mama
mu
baby
ya
mama
tin
for
say
group.
in some wo like no ma wo
I know na mama am I disappointed for Judge no because nka wo group wo nyina say baby mama. Na mama me we legal wife. Then is good judge. So group wo nyina baby mama
na ọmụ
because baby
dead na
mama no
nkata
yeah
sị nne kuku ne na-eja nkita a na-edeba
na
esuro we ebe dị na kuku ne
wo
wụnya
dobro ni wo say aware wo judge na ngasa me
wana
ya
ne
be
kun na jai.
because
dead
what
no
the
dead
when
no
Judge
ya
no.
tete
ọ nne
we
kuku ne na-eja
tete ya
ọnụ
Enti
tete
na-eja
no
ọnhyɛ ka
o se
wabia
ka no.
ọnhyɛ
Ago,
yes madam
abusuafo de momfa nkyɛ me sɛ nkɔmmɔ no yɛde na makye pin momfa nkyɛ me madaroma yɛsrɛ aseɛfoɔ sɛ monkɔ so ampa wataape na monhyɛ na mon gift ne de yɛn nyinaa yɛ deɛ ne sharing ne nyinaa ba pa wataape ne pɛ ne yɛ aseɛ hɔ yɛsrɛ mo ɛbɔ Ghana time 8 p.m. a yɛbɛnya Vesta ya yɛne ne bɛtwetwe nkɔmmɔ te sɛ deɛ Mr. Olamaike ɔba yɛne ne twetwe saa nkɔmmɔ no abi nti yɛsrɛ wo
Okay.
na waka akyerɛ wo nua bi na nso aka akyerɛ wo nua bi sɛ wɔmbra because nkwagye na ɛfa maas a ɛwɔ ano nokorɛ ne ho na yɛgu so a yɛbɔ ho dawuro no nti mpamkyɛ Ghana 8 ma yɛwerɛ mfi si yɛbɛba ne yɛsɛ mo yɛ gifters na monyɛ gift no nso ready because
Yeah, can I check there na oma anyi life no.
akyɛdeɛ no platform yi so deɛ nie sɛ yɛyɛ good ɛba See ye child DNA so ye visitors ne so a nti madaroma edu ho no ma ya ama na yefe nti bacho eno ana me de grant me betimi afọ.
Na mpacho mo bibi ba ko so ka mpacho se a omoba obi e benya ne bia no omoba na omobe kan nsem na ye like ye ne omudi nkomo wia because of oma spend your time oma bet omni ama be di nkomo bi mpacho it doesn't cost to follow them. So Ola Michael Basea, at least we can just follow them like Olano. Obi bi obeba, let's follow them. At least we know who say, oh, Obano or maybe when you're like 2K for new 2K followers. At least when him said next time your friend or crampona. Obenya Rishemu say Umbra because at least Abuano. But just somewhat I say, into Sremo, followership, no so oba na papa who say message in soon. Or no one say on your message say we follow at least obe say yes. Or on incophobia on your mobile aside gifts, Yes, I did not aside BBO so na or mobile swa yen shira wom yenda one as senior bomb by a mom at least. Why? Wow, we to my sending momo. Your number now, no sending momo, so my swan mom. Fe. Why? At least a banner side. So the new kum cra and also butusu cram pona or best sorry, no about your life na my why? Yes.
Okay.
Akoto mpatron bese mbisa dio na one god baby sa question be na mo se mo bi se mo amaye minim se mo nya response na
Asam krobe busa.
oh there obi baby sa dada o na o se obi komenhia mo akoti nsem bi wo ho nti na yo mo so mo bi sa hwese etisa na
about
opera engine ekura ne bi no
free so na answer a video no sa video ni de ma hwe sa video no
so opera engine ekura ne bi na
on Hiniba TV the workers never
confirmed.
Oh yes
confirmed.
Some short way
be some din komo bi mesrɛ mo
madam
that some na mo ka no say obi abeka say oprega yes onni kunani bi o makọ mpacho ye no kre mpacho
enye confirmed kwa na make am
confirm me gusto am twatwa nko mesrɛ mo why
enye confirmed mo fa se fridge enye confirmed here say enti so far na there we every empire na yebon say on the 8th no omukọ court for no ko basem ngo because omo de do mutimi yara
na on the 8th yeah because no mo say emienu omo say ba ko da sika ne so na ba ko da
sika ne de
on the 8th ni sika no
o ma lo ko na mpa
na okay na 11th ni be
o ma lo ko sika no ko da na o kan YouTube say abusaba
no eno no mo ba be kan wan say on the 8th
sika ne ya lo ko no
nti eno case ni course on the 8th
ena yi na na me ka say yi no anyway ni na no mo ye no on the 8th
Dabi say on say almost survey a document no this survey ebusia pay any account there no
love maybe conflicts why love
but that's you know to the account
on the phone na account nke 2 mo ma ne mienu
when pacho mitimi when when it's okay koto
Ako ni mienu na bi so mo de call injunction no e ni mienu ayi no ne sika no
mienu no mo de call yi ba me ni me yie de no obi beti o ha say mo say 11th no be free no
entina because me na minimum all this war and this time I am document no for we akoto pacho akamesira o we no document we no injunction no eno na ye ka ne 8 na say da be akoto we here akoto reply what you over
akoto please
okay
I think say love also offense
because one I didn't minim all this one and they said that na ebusia pay free court no document near 7 was account withdrawal now why your account in him. That is what
the charge. It's a court no more because a year no ne Sicano. Nasicano, Papa Shabe confirms Yaloko, Apana Kuma want to manage.
Okay, love who better on brass when I'm missing out, I'm choking as your mouth.
Oh, la, who bet me a drop him you na ya fan ko for why. Maybe me. Oh, okay.
Love then ever made a lava. Mon picking. But latest, mon picking love. Ah, Waba. Love.
Oh, Godfather. Why probably I could
Love, not a saying.
Ọmụkwọ ihe wie na afọ dị esisi obi ehu ne ọka ọ na yɛ twɛn mo.
Oh. Mididi na minya ọkọ obi fam.
Nana ya fruits no be kanya munya sa ye tiago. Tena me wase o.
Aha, na mudi ngoma na mpɛsɛ me kan asɛm bi na so obi e kasa.
Na Godfather say.
Ada me voice na asesa, ka dem ya be voice asesa. Say Adam voice it yo.
Na Godfather ka say. Na love na on so down say love ben ya. Munyina mukuta the same year.
Oh no nya love ya MPP.
Okay. Na Godfather ka say we ne on the 11th. You know injunction. Na me see that be.
Me pacho message be na o try ya o say why can't you read message? The message. Oh, message be. Oh. Anchi message be na watch na me come akwahwehwe why. So we say repost to message na ma me why anchi. Asemo. Mami aje wa kwa ba.
Asɛm na abɛka.
Yeah, Joe, ebusia for mo the same.
Yeah, mami bibi aboko. Aha, Queenema.
Tapo na mama ya chede na ye kwa no ye shutu.
Queenema. Why you busy?
That's why I call.
Kamema na da wase.
Oh. You order my sister then.
Why are there?
Oh.
Bema na obi dum bi antwi me pacho yemu bi anko school but me read into the type of message no baby ma hwehwe mu ami hu why type bra why Queenema why flood amaje was my wa my 2 I think 2000 plus me boa
Me say need $200.
$200 and it dana sema me why Maji why me so why busy
I know, it's okay.
Legal wise food isika why are they?
The real music come dollars no cry adimu. Yes, so they are $200.
$200. Can I Japan say nim kasa?
No dollars
ne ka.
When you for
Japan say nim dollars ne ka.
When you for be edi me boa.
Dollars and we be actually go as dollars. If we can dollars, if we can dollars.
Oh, near silence like dollars. Dino sound more.
Yeah, if we can dollars. Obi anka mami tia na mi obi ato ze de city.
$200.
If we can dollar.
Japan be say $200.
Dollar.
So now when who say modu.
Dollars.
My sending 150. I'm say 2 weeks ago. My sending 150.
Wow, nyami shira.
I'm say something line so. Yeah.
That's good.
Mama say what am I say what?
Oh, yeah, say that yeah, listen. I don't know if you know anything. There's a lady here called Rosa. There's a female black American here. Namu no sua me baby ameti we adwuma me ye ni baby ameti no. Say nko sorry free bus seat no di ma bro na ka me nya baby ameti ene. Until you have to it take one person to make a change in the world. One person.
Okay.
So me dey make a note here. Rosa pa. Wo ko adwuma, o ti seat ni onu ko ti akire o. Bro ni bi be man bus driver ka chen so won sorry no ka chen so on sorry ne en sorry china. eno ena nam so a omko ye a abrofo do mo nipa di omho gi ma ene me se me ka be adwuma me ye ne bebi a mete e be won e yo no hunti ana ene me afie gi wa kode na benya bebi a mete no so it take one person to make a change. So I don't have a problem supporting at all. And no dear, I don't have a problem.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do work there.
Yes.
That's
Yes. So it takes one person. It change obia sisa ye bia e ba bia si bia no. E nipa ba ko pe na da adwene so ade we di enye.
Sacrifice.
Yes.
Yeah, obi sacrifice.
Intinu mami akosua say wa ye de ne be ye a change maker. Sa na ye friend a change maker.
Yeah.
Auntie, one chalamba memi too, maybe I your dobro for you came here so good idiot because
Thank
the
you for the
message
gift.
as she me probably said that about you. Hey, can't you read this essay? Hey. Anyway, Nanaya, now we don't come on person make us in bina. We see you, Auntie. Dear message in our chere bemen actually be more and I mean reading my wife. Now more kasa about say ebi obi ho no will go through a lot na obi ni na share na I think that's all na can so obi ni na di nkomo ba Ghana na say ya na ye kasa nipa na kasa den me be that I think they started this anti-accusation issue no one lady be waje me number na of me a first day a church ya ho second day na sister si odi asemutumani na ya sister mi dina fun isu anu akasa 1 hour minka bi 1 hour no kakọ sister there be bibi nkoye so sometimes
love obi ka say we are not wasting now for lovely GY
okay
a gift tobacco
okay
And you see me.
you know nana ya there be na say why we active
Hey, Queen, me nti won ka 2 days ni ase why you busy pa o.
Queen me say that je wa my
Yes,
But
dear.
me ana
now
Nyame adom me ho ye.
so bia ho ye
Oh, bia ho ye.
nice
Queen,
one me yeah
yeah, special thank you for Jewa. Wa my $200 and as 200 and say 2,000 plus Ghana.
Me say need $200 nti no. I'm not sure how.
$200. Yeah.
Last week me Nash akasa dada.
Sika na ekono
No, I busy.
Okay. Nyame show. Na me nim say ye wa afiri ho.
Ye nyina nyame hira ye nyina.
Me show why are there.
Love see me and Nani Pakromra na tie mesaba. Why?
legal wife USA for me some
me pato. Oh, na message
so for.
Queen, na me pesa me ka so phone no wait me affix it. Whoever hack you, they've been I've been getting I receive a group chat from Ghana, a whole number like I said me as swap it hack you phone, so people should be aware. And okay, me sorry me who Ghana number there's like a group chat. They started talking about mommy about the way I see porn. Sika almost racist. Sika na me who say a fake.
And the mama no hack my account.
Yes, almost any BBT say they are like I said they are on our side and they are collecting money. To me, I will link in swap it. They
24 hours so na me report
yes. Yes. Yeah.
Queen my sika na dia support na say all over the place. Yeah. One number or be able used to like you bet me a register BBDI because it's all over the place. I
think a bank account might help.
Exactly.
Open one bank account in one person's name so the money directly goes there.
Money bibi.
Money
bibi. Ya hase wo ho. Money bibi abusefo. Ya hase sika mu betua bia e ma hu se total amount ayenya ni. Ya de be soma mo de akwese ma me nsem na konsoso no so be confirm ya mama. I think say no can you get my abo am.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah. So, Auntie,
almost stated say baby I'll bet you and said the purpose for which it's being collected. And I think on Asante Queen platform it's purposely for the autopsy. And then
one case. As I dear back open the issue, some division, that's where a problem, remember, because
There is no division. Oh.
Agbo abusuafo mpamcho me sama mu good evening bi me dem ba na ya update nko madam yen ko so ampa WhatsApp me yen share ne yen gift host no enche kra ye host no ye guest no me time no person ene o guest kese en so ye ntema oni e be ba be di nkomo afama se wan sense me e mpamcho time me But at time near 8 o'clock p.m. Ghana time, it's Madaroma, it grew one of my gifts a Cassia.
Almost 1 hour.
Yes, almost 1 hour. Ya said therefore, my yard, your money, Kenya, Yakumano, also heaven. Yes, so the grew where you be here, must say, Moma gift to an attend the ISP or mine. The show last year, they know by and I did chance and friend when Tiam opportunity to be my anything. It's yes, Rama or buy me. I am and I say, check, I can't say 1 hour. Ono na mo wata kana me kasa na confirm time na my confirm is ever ready ntina na mo kasa mo na no ntinti esre mo enche obeba so me no na twetwe nkomo bia ya pese ya no twetwe so the platform we are known to be one of the respectable platforms na yin disappoint yes ba sa ni mo ba questions e bia ya time na ye nya no tete bi na sa da bia na mo dia church say ya na nipa no do until the time and the amount 1 minute and 2 minutes. No, what yes. Okay, so now I can't tell me a drop. I remember boom. We are not being with by the still be to me, Cassidy. Madame, a Quebec now and clear. No more the afternoon taking in the home tea. And I ain't know how to be a home to her. Young dear to me, it's your stomach. I work at her name of Yam Power Tapping. And a
radio presenter.
Into Yam Power Tapping, I ain't say. Na intimi nyina because enyume ye nya ready see ebeti egu ye ntingu benu na ma yegina so na intimi encha achede yeso na yingina so medama
mute hu mi ready ade bi na wayi ma no
na hefi ana
me yo hene ba o
me pesa mi ready ade ma akoto no oyi anom George Anchisi, I want to know if Ma Kosia Sewa will be present at the funeral. Yebeyi wano babema the next time ka say please read my comments. And we say can't we read? Unfa yenko school. Akoto yina no maye.
Deme na mpacho wada mate de nunu ya correct we ye nyina ye hia de ntiba ne sa na won so de kakra aka wode ne ho. Me pacho ma Sewa can be present when eye ne ye de ya so da to ebo afidi obo kwan so akọ invite no. Na de ekwe bi a yanko frɛ no sɛ yere ba ye wasadi de wada ama obabia eyi nti eye ne mu de ho na wo kan data ye nim na na so data manfo so ne dia me pacho ontimi mmebi e ma ni but on a program
Akoto.
All right.
Akoto. Ayi mesero ayi asa de bi chema dwen so kakra na ne nyina ne se minima de konti a first time I call no ebusuapanyi call ye na judge no ese ebusuapanyi kɔ na kɔ ewa yi na the second one so no ode toto papa so me I really think say em say jama obi afa kwan bi so e de ebusuapanyi ne kɔ judge fo no hɔ keka ensem binom ne ade kyerɛkyerɛ wɔn mu ntimi sram e wɔn si ebeba ha se aba be kasa but yɛnhwɛ saa side no ho so ne nipa a ɔde ne kɔ ne ɛkɔ so wɔ inside hɔ no ɛno nso sɛ akonya bi wɔ hɔ a we need to figure that out because entimi ma sɛ judge ne be ma saa judgment in favor no it doesn't really make sense anytime beyond the judge is never fair one way or the other no on the judgment not the mind we need to look at exactly what's going on underground no and then to try to figure out the ekosunti ama ebasa na me so the echi madwen so kakra no
na de o kan e wo mu pa because nema na e ko ne nko ye nanke de legal wife ko yanke akaka se mu nyina mu nko ye kuna nka yumba prati ase mu nyina be ye kuna e wa bra kan mam ha menti bi da se ni pa nwu ya etinye ne hu kuna nti nema de bi ko so no na ya na ye so se ye ma ye ni ko sa nema no ho mo nche se ye ni aye ni ye hu benya o ye ni ye hu nya obo se na obo ne fo no omo tutu e focus because omo ye nema fa ye chi a ye ni pepe awon so no na ye late nti sa asem ne de e very true what say yen so yen underground work ni na de na esan ha de kakra ne so yen so ko mo ni sika ko di o mo nsem Ghana hanko sorry to say yan kanu ko ye kasika nti sika na omonye ni fu na omo ambre na omo anya no yan so afa ni ye di ala ye di a ye di bi yesi nti sika na akodi omo ni nyina nti na ka ho ya ye sere se yan yi sika ye de ende yan fa nko tua bribe enkoto entro na mo ye de be ya de pa ye be hi ni pa bi ye be sima ni pa bi wo ne ma bebre ho ba sika na ma de bi wo se ye pa ye nti nti ani de kwa aka me say kwa so aka so number na da kinema eti esor ya ye de le bia twa ne fefe fa ko e da ho a o sra wo no so so we ya pam to de be ba ye national cosmetics nti e so hu number na kito bia nka na ye nti me nyi de ne mo na ne ma ye pese ye na wo edie ya pu na mfa ye ko ho ye ti ya ye me da se people de ka ka be so so
I am say you see
Afoto ka so be frem ana bibia okay now. We
love
okay.
kawase wa na me kra akoto mpacho utri na woka no I feel level do mpacho me nyandru but na na se wa me say
Mami fa kakra nka ho.
of you be free mu da se
Injunction na omo kọ no menye sure say court we na be san kọ. Na bibia be ko sa de akoma no. Because on bibia no
But
about
still, no, we still have to be careful because maybe I really think, say, obi ama busia penyin ni obi din komo. Sometimes it just connect. One way anyway, na way anyway. It we
omo
still.
kọ ya no about to. No dey we need to be very
ya call
cautious.
first court
Because
no be can ta say we have after the court no point you know e kan ko fu ya no mo ye discussion bi ba na ye on any lawyers no start day after first court no ka tell buta penyin to on withdraw the case no I was there and you be na say material
On say anytime obi a omo bebu asem ama omo bia omo se withdraw on say ebusua pen ne withdraw ne de na Priscilla no so withdraw ne de that means no mbe kama omo what you say until all these things we got to open our eyes say the moment as ade ne beba no and then we know say bibia ko baby because say
enyanwa
aha
even Monday ko bet maka say mo we draw mo ko kan vie. Abra ya de fie kwa hint maker.
what you say until no we gotta open our eyes na yehuna ade pote because entimi ma say asama ba yentie other side na way na asama da bia mabu ama abusuan pan it doesn't work like that.
Enu kure o mo anze omo jada mude corruption adware wom because we na aye no eye omo person omo force ye ne 13th no ya we obet maka say mo ko withdraw then wa say the same thing
Yeah,
so
was
mo
said.
an edit
I was saying paying for them because Ghana person paying them who person no cry adwuma just a paying be them. Also agrada ebu ye edum pempenso bi am paying for them no na emra no timi ye adwuma e che no. Enti edu tem bi a
getting into on our side any easy sir one almost a ma ka bom ya no adinti yan kana ya ka bom nan kata a threat man penifo bi o nti no so oba be support wa bra mostly ye nim sem penifo na yes a na ma no kwa side except no more nti omo no dia
empany for nyina wo mo nyina wo mpra eti wono ade obeka bia ma
to our side na enye better sa o they are against us na said the man ma sorry no mama mo ho ayi hey e man
but if say ye near bre say ye adwuma we di a we don't like me and fa ya no keke enye we need to work on the ade dia wo ya no aye e do ho awuram but say the more kano enye easy say we any ade no if I'm listening I get discouraged because the way ade no say sana you feel some bad dia then excuse my language why are we fighting I was say bomode na yetimi go above and beyond on Nyama air cost no because something is just not right. Into me must say nipa baako for or the koha na yase kona kwa you or na machira or mu nkofo say be payin bi no ya ni bibi asam no no na say a person no kra ya adwuma that's all you know
but
I
nana
think
say this thing it's and yeah very simple so kind who say girl no ho ono ne abusua penie ka omo nko a they cannot just walk into obiane office say this is what we want to do definitely no omo won krofo bi omo front omo and omo yes sampany for no unfortunately for us no we are working against that system enti no wan hwe ye krampo na say yankasa ye pese ye ni peni bi nko kasa na ye pese ye nko ye bibi wo as here just so they say some for us. If we don't take care, I say this is the offer we came to make.
I tell you.
And you know, honestly.
The Babu and say, Yabay, one Casa Sen, Casana, almost a Casamwa, justice by Juma.
Exactly. Yes. Because it will be very
difficult. Because Yama almost pressure, pow, pressure.
Yeah. Money better. Into a more movers, sorry, at your mobile.
But almost a public in your interest, and Yama, they will have to change their mind because almost
that is why it's very important.
We need to condemn them.
Petition, you know, people should keep signing the petition. We should try and raise international awareness, you know, not just Ghana here, but other countries, you know, on the international level, no yama and Kofu, what is happening, the stop Akosia Sewa story, you know. So all these things, you know, will mount a lot of pressure because already, you know, within Ghana, ya mounting pressure nanka the team legal wise for na ye nanka was saying yaman. So say I think say when the external pressures suba na ebia embassy ni suba the diplomatic missions near the end they all put their voice in then we can gather the necessary pressure now it will make them put things in order. Otherwise,
in that one will be better than the company for because
clearly no. You could see say. Clearly no. You could see
me no phone.
Me but me can't as much as I'm clearly no. If you want to go international, judgment
no. Nana sewa enyo no ni nana ya kasa.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Around.
Akoto. Mama senior as na pick you be why. Me nim dey enten me hunya me ba me wase me twa.
We need have patro me drop short. We betimi asa request na wa ba na request me drop.
Me siamo nka me busa akoto asem na me free so Mr. Mo.
Busa.
On say, who share judgment na ba na clearly no tumu so ma busy and akoto asewa. And you know,
of course.
If you want international appeal, yeah, then just go with the abuse. What I say, because what they hate is abuse. Because clearly, no, what you say, or man, or more use your office to abuse her. And you know, so international and people to hear. If you set up a page as an abuser, and only the Nyamian because people understand abuse and they want to know why she was abused. And then, no, clearly, no, what draw a line, no, and no, and so international connection, like we're saying.
When you have a judge, I didn't say AI error to onshore. Her mind was made up.
Exactly.
It's a shame for him.
Just China and Ikro no Muslim to Ghana and Israel Bruniasa. Hula Banisi Gran Hope. What you say? Hula Banisi who Pakistani also Bruni, Arab for you know Muslim. China for Crom Namway or Muka Muslim. Ghana and Israel Bruni, we say, I dare almost Panama, lawyer Kusima, Jama for the Bema. Kaja Jinikwan over put the buffing in Abessa.
And yet, judge, you know, cannot credit the also on Tias and Cobetia, the also Gina.
Now, besides judge in the power, you could tell them to know who Bruni say Kima or the Nukaba to be a because
no penny on there.
Ah, obvious almost Bruni, Ghana near dear boy, Ghana and Israel Bruni. Ghana ni Bruni only see Ghana.
One say one body ana me fee say one body ana me name say omo betimi aka assembly bi na ma pressure ne kra ye mo no the Christian institutions are Ghana han. Because one who say yempo na yeji a Christopher GDA no majority meaning say bi mo jawari dodo tum. But about 90% of the Christian faith, believe in one man and one wife. Exactly. But yenya sorry penny for ni be said your mutili ko fio sra girl no. The woman is fighting against a tough system.
How can this man talk like that? How did you know Odobroni?
Exactly. So just recently,
no, this man. Talk like that?
Just recently, one parents video Wesley girls for Echo Court said, Wesley girls, no, I'm not against Muslims, but Obi na the most Muslim parents na the Wesley girls senior high cohort say they are anti-Muslim. School no more crime Muslims na observe or more fast and pray near. Omo de call court. Catholic institution for be releasing press statement say a mission school where your parents now say who feel say you cannot abide by the Christian values.
Make us a monfa lovely G. While request is what trust a young fano, monfano, or was your still request it.
Oh, Kunema, sorry, make us sorry, I may see now your fano.
Pen me pato. Minya
Me
call.
ba mucho mama make us so quick na me see na mo
I
fam.
think the account near private into me who or me has say. It is just a one I'll bet me African. And
they're crying better while I'm picking.
Let them say money Kasan will see.
Mr. Monsimi on
Akoto.
Yes, dear.
Me patro me chia mo na pese me bisa wase me ko na wa hu fie.
Akoto say
I'm a person no agent.
And your friend me.
Akoto meti ma aka tro e bisa wase na ansa na akọ. Me hu TikTok you say obi aka ntam kese me pese me de ma no be ka me nim se me hie bi ma e ma mo me nim se mo sa aka. Enti no nipa na ka sa asem we no. Eye save se nipa ko na ya ka to no so no be ko eyi na se.
Enye save. This area on the case nipa na anka me ye bia na. Bam to entam na ehu change abo.
Hey, because me say me dey say ni e ma mo me nim se mo hu a.
Area say dey ade na ye no ebi mo nso ananti abe o mo hu nso dey think say go man na bia so ba kwa area na wa protect no ho. And nyema na ye ni ebi be happen a year 2-3 years ago nyema ba ko
because yenti a me ma ba shura meka ne say me hu se asofo bebre aka owu akwanhia ne nyema bebre asofo bebre ka nyema fa owu no ho
igi prophet abeka
wo asofo bebre papa ya friend one god na abeke kanse enti me dia me hye se nka mo betimi ne mama akasa ama ne nsie yie na se because in frama na em se bebo wo ho na nye papa
the 13th ne de wadama wonya hu wa e busy
and how on 13th no
media the way ye we de bia me ka me say ye we ati say except say be ati say ebola suja na ye niema bone niema o ma ye no
kata le makro exam tintine ma no
and some come na be sin crofo so
ni kwan say wo mo de o mo ko kesa adi kra
one na maame amesa o mo bu afu asama do ho
because asem na nipa ne kan na no o chepa no o hye minim say bia mama mo abusuafo ni bio say ye obi na wa abontin o because be ma ne kasa
okay. Pato ushe ne we na okana. Is it against mama mo anasa or kana against the other people?
Against the other people.
And I say no they are some for my.
Some papa ba me chese sa agro na se na mama mo ni na be kwa kweshi obi mfa ne musu nko sign na what ya say.
13 no ni.
Sister wa make answer possible. Ade we ya ekwo ni ewie ya ekwo ni ade no. Akum chacha crow no better hoka say ye no or ye Ghana for from nko no ye Ghana ni na sesebe wo wanwe ma ho na sa wusu be ko ye ya sa wa wujejejo
me ka fiti de one say the way ye we aye de ni kwan so openi bi kura sha tare so kotena
na say ye we ya na ni magu ase obi ko pe de ye we ni magu ase we
na aye na koye say on say people are still have wounds I see healing including public self because team legal wise for the endorse pa.
Yeah, your door so papa. Yeah.
Ana aye no ahun sana e Ghana for na ekoye aye apart from parents no any family they can Ghana for it is one to boss ama a wife no more healing a man healing because hatred no more and a public so what hatred and a family nankasa hatred sawum do you need to solve all these things and no na you move busa why is it rational.
Now what would
me pe kwan ya metro petition akoma mahama say yet Ghana ha no yi levy ni wan me empre mo fa ye tax nko ye sa state barrier no
because one thing here healing wounds now you get ugly scars a lot of things are going to happen so
I need a
lot of things are going to happen
Adeɛ wei deɛ yɛmfa yɛ abrabɔ nto kyakya wɔ so meka de daadaa sɛ de wei yie wɔ ayɛ ma obi anhyɛ atare so wɔ kɔ koraa
because nipa nankasa wawuo no ɔno so kɔ asamaado no wa strike wɔ hɔ no na ɔde ba
because papa no obi aka no ho ama ɔmo de na kɔ obi aka no ho
because ne buafu ɛkwa ɔfa so wuo na ni
ɔmɛfa ayi Priscilla taabna mfa ne nkɔ ɔsɛ ne kunu no deɛ a
ɛkwa ɔfa so wuo na ni nyahu ɛna justice na onua ne pama no so no ɔno ara busia pani
because sisi a nipa kɔ no ɔbɛka asa nipa kɔ no ɔbɛka ntam ne sɛ wonnim no obesi den yi n'anim koraa ba bɛyɛ yi asɛm wɔ
what you say eagle prophet abɛka sɛ nkurɔfoɔ bebree nyɛ very careful lanage no nkurɔfoɔ bi
ɛna wonim sɛ adeɛ baako no koraa ne sɛ adeɛ wei koraa no sɛ ɛnyɛ fane sɛ ɛmfiri nyame a mehu ni sɛ ɛyɛ koko season bi ma I mean the fake asɔfoɔ no ɔmo kankye wɔ dan mu na ɔmo ma ne pia bɔnten nti no adeɛ wei nkɔfo bebree bɛyɛ nyankomadeɛ wɔ ho just so sɛ bi asɛm bi a wabɛka no bɛbɛ mu na ɛbɛ mu a wɔnyakwa yɛ nya nipa ma abɛdi n'akyi nti it's a whole lot wow when to me reading between the lines na sɛ wodo ho bɛkɔ akɔwɔ so de abra
Bajo, me come back 1 minute. Let me see Ola show ni Ziga. And Ziga can say on it or consulting for me in beyond Besomo Supreme Court because a guy that could answer or double, you know. I can't go see what this shows. So I don't know Ziga to be said. Upon court session back, judge in the chair, one can say nothing or can court on a papa. It is super. I said, Obama judgment. I wow. Ola neya Ziga ekachi Ola say o ma pe ko fo mo de coach bi ko ta ko busa say right say je you dey asema unya entry written statement we
say na die
now go witness now ka tell say ka dance dey odi and si so pepepe na wa ya
omo video evidence
yeah Peace FM Peace FM witness and say judge you ehia na ka tell say wa ya de pa. Say,
video evidence there, it can count for us. But say for you, no asem keke.
No, I no asem. Or can Peace FM. Ziga Brazil.
Witness na testify there. Without video.
Witness na can Peace FM. Ziga say no show no should be. Ako say what you show.
Say one na ma training witness with the omeka.
Okay FM say apa. Okay FM. Ziga can say you know witness in Kano LP say I judge who can just wire the power cancer races pepe. We never ruling in my know. I don't know, judge you know.
I think one thing I dare about quite a bit me a boy in this case. You know, say some of these judges no. I no one casa some more chambers. Judges need to honor one day we are Baba Jamal and associates say chamber lawyers. Judges need to honor one casa so chambers or mafa lawyers say yeah you mama or say Ekobani say girl need lawyers no. If you be a mammy one in private chambers, I mean cause sanity.
There be government judge the only chamber.
Sister, it could be possible. Manenka someone can you Mr. because
yeah, but the reality is before judgment, so make you who witness, you know, make this argument now, a prejudicial, just what planet that has no way, baby.
You know, it's going to be charged. Yeah, it's going to be charged.
But yes, but no, make us say another thing that can add weight to it. One say, witness naka. She said the real a bush penny can same be the next day, lawyer Kusiku Bisa no casa one tears, yes, son. But ultimately,
yeah,
our chance are 7 sign, you know. And on that make us a casa quant in Patomuntian ye. Say, almost a girl, no lawyers no. The real your war doctors or Muya Juma or Colebunia, they almost have more private practices. No. There are a lot of them, they have their private chambers. Patomuntian ye casa quant. Yeah. And you know, I was so many in Coho, then Casabi.
This brings to my question, Sam. What somehow kind of brings to my question, sir. So, 2 lawyers, no more bad, you know, where are they from?
Until na me say kasa.
Okay, but these two lawyers where are they from?
Nana, even the reality is the lawyers they are not even important. But for a witness to say judge and Hunaka and say well, dear dancer message so that is even treacherous. I be going for judgment.
Yeah, a basa there a chance say backdoor juma womb. Yes,
absolutely. I don't know what I say because and now no and will be okay be a ziga if you capture no kwa and at home site okay FM. Ziga I can say or Peace FM and I witness no on telephone when kwasi agbajo open obi ate say judge e man chop so why ade pa why dear dance message so pepe. How is that possible?
And the judge is in trouble.
How is that possible?
Trouble.
Thank you, it's annoying.
All the no suit national rule na ade no so si pepe. Sa pepe person o ye no.
Until na make us say ebeye possible no and also ye baby a lawyers ni free. Asem na me mo nti you.
Mato ase kasa kwa fe no mato ase. What I say? Ese eduma bi akoso. Oh. Yeah. Me de sama kase me de bia me ka me say judge no na adwuma na wo ye no baba jama enko adwuma na wo ye because they tell her what to do and you no one dey pay ruling because since from day one no complaining near ma and wo who cause wo ye hwehwe mu ana ba bia ye lawyer no point bia also objection no omoka objection also objection overrule near about objection overrule wa ma ni pass media dance here to na no edu ba bia no ho ba kire na also objection because same say huh.
Because surprisingly, no one said na Ola Kase.
Two lawyers no. I really think so. Money judge in the year Juma, whether you believe it or not, no. Me the son, that's how I see. Because I mean, who said
it could be possible?
And I mean, who said at them dear be person? Because in the middle of you baby, as somebody here, then every go fast uncle phone because it was getting to the end. And you know, how many mom in the year I'm telling you. What they answer?
Omo can be answer. Lawyer could say challenge be objection because the component to the papa. So I say knock one time. Was objection overrule near Yaba Hona Togu.
So Usha ruling now. Usha ruling no Kranadana. I've not really taken the pain to read it, but now me tie de na Ola kanokra. Ebus Japani nanka sakra na dance die no kodi and okra. See yes no kra judge na nsomu in the report no de buy. Enti se ebusuapeni ni de no eye no pressure judge ni se ne with adance de no obeje no ontimi nsomu a na does that mean say the decision was based on odobroni witness no any AI picture ne pen no mo de buy na na
wono odobroni pictures no wono so buy one to papa so first day kwa no wampo
and if you cry witness no cry no if you witness no cry no to papa so some of the dates are now being money again
awari be na ya wari a ipe ko enyo na wu na ayi na wu ya kana
intino ya say ebusuapeni na dance die ne kura na ya anje antum sana dan meti ase na am say olatre mu no that was the understanding. I may be wrong but sana meti ase say even judge ni report no de buy no na ebusuapeni ni na dance die obede no or say on antum like it didn't carry weight. So if it didn't carry weight then the decision was based on odobroni key witness plus picture now they buy picture now they buy so crane was questionable. Internet say they been wait na witness no want here etimi man ruling ne course if say man say wa picture na yanje antum and the certificate na yanje antuma and no crana authentic na yanje antuma then this ones no which way did they carry etima ruling ne course
and now obviously my men what the illegal wife wants them to buy. Nobody was talking about traditional marriage. But people so favor odobroni ntina to legal and I'll offer traditional marriage once them buy. My men say
no, we have to go back and report to say obi amfa kunasemu nya no na enye yesa.
Anybody what they hear them buy, one so nya yire. And na mo prove say my men nya yire. That enti mo be prove so a divorce and na mo prove. Ye wa wo see aware. Because we make was so no kwa na ye yire. Enti mo see ya no, mo prove e. What man prove? I will judge we wa kofa nsem we atoto nsem amfu ya password wo ma be wura mu force. Say on to make say wo ye yire.
Tana yomo
on the course of Yajano. Tony Panis or Yere, and Timoso on Yere. Proof idea just on Yere. Simple. I didn't way a divorce certificate. Nobody can prove it. And the outcome trust I'm not sure.
Maybe the from a Drew baby, I have a feeling said the whole plan was to throw the case into an appeal. Now say thrown into appeal now I'm time for a year need to go on and maybe girl maybe kuna nibi and then maybe afterwards answer the correct verdict or judgment will come. Maybe that's na me home. Because we share send a call
Nana ya ampa sama o kan so sa me dwen sa say she purposely because already we now report but there's a lot of loopholes in there. I'm thinking say whatever they told her to do, she did that just to give away so that knowing good lawyer could see, sorry lawyer could see ye juma. She know lawyer could see very well.
Yes.
Patimu won't cry, lawyer could see what to say. So she know what she's doing. She did that on purpose, so there will be loophole lawyer could see will use that to go for an appeal. Osheda no yes, sir. She know what she's doing. Yeah, Osheda.
I go to
because already no him say already no him say 13th for the funeral. And too close say yenti me and enka appeal asem no enti no sa 13th ni betimi amomo the leeway a omunya abekwa kodi kuna no na omudi kuna I me the sana na me feel say
e be try appeal o ye yi na yakwa ye yi say imu ne me ya adwen de ya
so appeal no how far
me the minimum
They are telling us because
it's still gonna be a public. It's still gonna be a public thing. So.
Mama said there are some court hearings. I think one is on the 8th and.
I know your injunction for the funeral and the injunction for the money at the bank, and yes, because a bank in the crowd are effective. I'm a butcher penny for now. No, okay, bank in the money withdraws can be. It's still audio on the court. And
every that's who
so could be according to Papa, she done all cano. Oh, a UTV one or could be my bank in Amanangi. And ama ne ho adwo sika na bi wom onye nwie so oyi nkakra nkakra o mama na enyi enti eno so o mo de nyaahia atoso a ene so ko I think here court hearing I think on the 8th ene sa eye no sense mi
abusiafo amowa ha mo ha mo nchichi mo re na ya maame na yedi na ti no kwa wa chichi ne re na wiase edu tembia ya na nkunimdi ebeba no wade saa ne nanam saa mo na achie no nyankopon ama enkunimdi abanti ye mo mpae ense nyankopon kwane ahode ode be maye ame atimi atena se ahwe se ye maame eba bedi nkunim in the long run ntino yanka yakoma nto ye ma yakoma yi kakra bi ebenya bia ne mfa support saa move we Mr. Mutin legal wife USA for Mr. Mabusa saa mo pe number ne enhia o ne enye meeting ni ntimi raise sika wa America na yɛfa nko support sa movement we na bibia yeska misramo autopsy o yi akire ye be no match o yi flyers so bibia yeska enti misramo mo mi nkasa kasa wa akire ni emu aye ho na kakra bi ebenya bia no yen raise sika ni yɛfa support sa move we na yen hwe de nyankopon be na minim se de nyankopon ebema nkunimdie aye dia bonefo no oba obene na nenam ase de oye bibi enso bedu mrebi na de omo ye nyina na atro na enya adwuma ti no yanka yakoma nso ye mne enya nyame mu gidie enti process na se and trust and follow the process na mnim se de nkunimdie beba medam aswai
so mom you know Mr. Maya mo ha mo ko mo read the comment section so kakra wa ye pa mo tell yes remo
Pacho yo yati.
Okay.
Thank you.
Na Empress ka say so when you bad
Manya ba so me ba be share yen ka hwe sa na ma continent say na masamba aha ye nyina ye ya untimi ka say wo mba biom de a obeba say oba na obetro bibi wona say mo aba so obetro atem di de ne ya obenya attack sisi hand oba na obeka bi papa so I was say na recognize bad words na at least oba na obechia na obetro bibi a na ye ma omuso afeli say ye ne omu nyina na wa ha esa na e ma ofeli style baby and say say lovely G be gina say wa o si pick me ya obi am one ya o san ko yi enti mpa mo cho ye gina so ha say na ya na ya ma ye ni so akọ ase o kaka
moderators
anu po de nya moderators no kwa obi o gina box mu bia no I mean obi ba ho na o chia ye nyina betimi a respond wa hu na mo bo nko mo bia na bibi a yesu betimi de adwen amo mo tane ya na mpo twa ne ba ye nyina de ehu gi mu etwa mo bi ma mo kọ no odobro ni camp fo no sa na wo se obi ba so na se bi obechi ana o share na adwen bia na ye so
now one I say we should make it difficult for her to get injunction no now who na ko di asem no that judgment who na ko di asem na
no because mama me nkwa yi na ye ni de yen support 13 fu no ye nyina ye go to gu na omo so mo ye omo ye nti ye de ye ni na e hwe omo so omo so mo ye yi
omo nyo omo yi ni
abre omo ni ye so ye be ye de
ya bre nwanwa ni abe nkwa
omo akọwo su kwa ko
abuja
ya ni ya ka
akoto na mpese bi say akoto we da o timi nka mpa chewo se na ni ho ordinary jae na na aba anye bia me pa cho ba asem no how far watena so wa frɛ amanfo prepare ho akwa ye 13 fi na nanka ho hwe na waka ho bibi omom go ahead wo siesie omom tem asem ne ayi na entam kese na ebubu oye ne hu nsem nyina ye nte hwe so amanfo sisi billboard 13 for mo ye yi ekitwe mo so ye ba
mame impress mame akoto kra nkasa mame ye hene not won nsem ye basa say on person be kan bi enti no mesrawo wo de no mane na baby because ensem basa we de abusuapan yi on be ka na obi de nanim atwitwi fom ti wo de no de mesense wo de ye ntwa so for na
oh so no do ya sumdwe hine ye sabi ntafo ye de so we say
but on ensem
you asanse ensemfunu say woni
ensemfunu it doesn't make sense what you say nyansa bia nim e say nipa ye confused na asem a ye confused say ye be ka bokwa asem na akofa abusuapan to park Jimmy for ya asem ba sister ja o ma say
the empress so e can no our grounds on say work ordinary jai
na me
no he need to get hearing
me akofa
brapenyi
oh ya some keke na we bi say we dey akofa ba ha
me akofa ma ha ema obi metwe na no ese ni abasa me menya asem
obisa question keke ya
menya sure so o ma hia nke atintu de ye be ka
o hia ye
yanka ya no ntu ne ehwe bibi ba ne akotie bi ba se yebusa mo no obi be ka bibi sister ensem de we aye no aye basa
na me na me nu ewu me si yebesie ne March wo na ye busia pensi yebesie in December
awo papa na ba no won sa montam no bi nka ho o de ewurate
ese busia penyi wo hia se eboni dua nu
bi nka ho
munsa nu
okuta iPhone 17 bio
o sinye na she o fan ko de tesen konko ya o sin o de iPhone
ako YouTube ya
sika no onye bi kwa na ode akosisi ne simple anganya ya
ebusha penny 1000
asem we dey bi mpa after asem we dey direct me aka was man na say e be discuss na yen start na me dey am if say court ruling ni ba ye no honestly active bi
asam no kra me nya active o say kwen me mental ma hanom because me kaya na pin ne kra sa ye me
ya o ba bia o ni say na ba beti ama me ni ba me kra ntama say
mon kama kuma nto mo yiem
ma me no odobro ni camp ana me so me wa ha me na me ni kra so ko Gana na ye di nkomo a me na say ni petition bi ama na on san ya o say dem mi cheche mu che na na o de ho na wo na me se ya ho na me wo ade ti na wo
na o ma me dey no yes ah
me le say minim say odobro ni minim o den ti akọ Ghana sisi ya no wa ko join odobro ni
person bi say ma me ye
And now I'm here cooking fried rice and now opposite.
Okay, Amsterdam no for you.
And I'm so cooking fried rice and
Debbie. Oh no, Debbie. Like everyone.
Or coding or dear, the camera and the
no camera. Oh, Kabi say. Nanra or be count the same similarity near drop on or say. Mamma possess a way daddy nyoma to wabonting. Or Jenny Kunu was 17 and this time when you know correct. It's never true. And to was in this
and you woman say, eh, Dada Kedi, and a Nipani audio no man. And now my quiet the Taki Cassiso. No, baby, I know that Lumba walk with 20,000 euros that. Dada Kedi case.
Debut, and why the or say, why ye that
I but we also in your man to go about Sicanum, Masebu cross audio.
Empress, then I can say, Sa audio never out almost say, my many years, and would say full audio now, baby, or I say, or what you 20,000. But no choices, audio that I the audio and Kofana quiet editing.
Tanko yin in never go about Krana. Bama no about no Jimmy who say a new amount to abundance.
I be a building say, Obi a building say, and then no sense in a chain or
Maa
Bremponmaa. Sao Momo boss are recording in on my Binisa. On my dress, say be a shoe. On my Binisa. I grow too much. I grow.
Oh. Because I am and you bring one cassa. I mean, make catch up, me see, Mammy, you will have a very long time. Are you? My minister would there be never did me the acquire and fact to whom I feel say, oh, why I would need different. Where to see a different?
How far away the autopsy also?
Oh, mamma, that's what I am.
Oh, no, I run it.
Autopsy, so is it still going on?
Only problem. I'm all young.
I say to me, any of my fast when I was your pay and the trico no way. I go if you not go see.
The one, I'm watching them casing you still a bit in the Zaka.
I dear me one because was your paying you know a baby one summer and Kasa, Yashan say, won't see it that will be in a Lumba Beku, so what is Rajo because only pan only Lumba Yaka 21 years. I say, a man here be bree and sana if Funuka. I money now more dear good from one yet. Nana, I'll be saying, I need to be done. Maybe I'm going
a good friend.
Japan so good, sir.
And I am a semi-nuya near year that Lumban can be body as a warning in Casa. It is a winning now bend a year, be any young because Obian and Casa, the other pedal when a year, I say. You can't go good in a pub roy man and to my pie. To bonnet be taken. Or Osiasia. Obejabi. Woman got of him no money, dear.
Oh, no, to a
oh, you can't come into my pie. Man in Papua Roy. Now, yes, my money won't be in Papua. Can forward it. Comfort to Nadia so. Comfort tears you in a home come cry, Bieniano. Yeah.
That a be a boy, and I bought the beer, sorry, and walk on. But I'm so barehanded. I am. That be a boy, and what about you?
Why I do? Hey, Obia was on him, pay. I've been here. Sometimes we can make you one. I make a gun and Yana. Between some who have a gun and you, I'll poo. And you made a minimum when I'm saying, I don't know what I said. We see. Where am I gun upon a day? We see. Niger, the Papa son upon a good and him. And once the good and him, I said, you see, I was in Nigeria, one here and in Ghana. Me say o ko holiday to Ghana no obi kunkura wo kunkwati ekum e be ye kobra sa na wo ufuna ye apu Ghana party wo masa ne wo yetmato ye na anya obi ye asantefo ewurade nyame akoye travel for kwa de anka ye we would say ye ni ankasa my god
ono Tarzan de bucha pe ni Tarzan de
Oh, this is Bruni Bessa ridiculous. African Bessa ridiculous.
Kakra sa na se onyasem na se ye de ni dru ye na nanim a oho no behu.
Kana hopa. Just me mentine ma biase. Abusia pani lumba ye this year e o pakoso. One pakoso hine wo ensensem. Ensem we nyina sie. Why are you rushing? Pakoso hine need to come to the funeral.
Na sentam kese na pakoso abusia pani akagu pakoso hine no eso no ebeba yewura anim a abusia pani obekọ just jombe jojo no
asisi bebe wode ese musiesie mbase mbasiesie we nyina why you rushing ade na mudi isi ambase you see that lumba fast what is that
announcement no mo ye ne de se pakoso ni bi wo mu ana monte
Pacha say
public announcement bi no mo ye no mo de president Mahama ne ba won e di abem no se pakoso ni di wo
asa pakoso ni di wo mbete ni kwan se baby pakoso ni di se no e ho de
di Barcelona no won timi ma
and no say ya akocha se wa kwa menye so mo ka kire no mo di ni din ba mu eti ni nyina ki
na upo bi asia yi a Dennis we akwara ketwa we na mo ka je so mesi ni papa yi imagine the way ankofo we titi that lumba pa de Dennis we ketwa we ana ono wo be gina public say ye papa yi e hold that lumba
de me say ne mama wa wejo mu wi ase wi ko do mo ko e apart from akusha se wa ma bro bebre me say me majuma mu de be di omo awaye kwan ho mu nya bi na mkatro bone na obedi ye e de ye nkofo ma
interview and that interview any pass was granted eh daddy lumba wo fa asefo daddy lumba ma menua daddy lumba ni nua ba Maa Bremponmaa no wo na say granted sa interview no ma public no
there be
ansana emana support what you say no kasa announcement no
I think about 3 days ago so the mami bi ba platform aka say e wo se Maa Bremponmaa frɛ ne bra ba Dennis no ne akwala ne nkasa na make us on ne akwala ne nkasa akwala ne from the one na me take your stance
o twe krama ne maame no on ne maame wonya awade no ntine ni abre
ja so maame yesi waware
we ye den alumba wawu okọ
apu wonya dad lumba anware nti anyi na fra kosia se
mo nyini ye ho
na so mpe ne kuro no waware ni sese
lumba obewu be ma dada we na nim ni na so mpe
waware die di na se da wo ba na betwe krama ade a wo ye ina kura twen na wo ye because Obano is not even mature to do all this nonsense. You need to respect a question.
Mommy Casey, don't say that they are just kids. They are not
they are just kids. When it's in kilo or no bar, no many bar. Yeah, okay, so me a kids.
Only 30 plus. Oh, 31 years now.
31.
31 years on what one way on in a real
okay, crash or some coconuts or no, is a walk cassa. If you says a while, almost a year 13 for now, I am pana. What you and your best young cocoa do, Sana Palaya. Mamike, Sana Palaya.
Munyano no the onye the oye. Na a crap out of cocoa when I said I'm my high at the
I bet you don't say. I'm standing on behalf of all my family.
Family. Form I mean, all my men no way family.
Go to Asama, eagle prophet, a car, you know. On the time, me as I didn't move. Was it that Lumbaba? Go to
why is a toy? Maybe I'm
on Vania Maniagro.
Said that Lumbaba, so also the in any more year, a pray, Papa.
Also for the car, and Catamina, was it that Lumbaba? And told the onion. I said, I can we do also have more. Also have more near Brepadi, cool papa. Oh, who's crying? I was empty.
Any American catching ye see Lumba. Any American catching
it, papa. Can grab by you, cock also one. Then in the corner, dear cool papa. What quarter or ye operator bench because of the do I not dear crow? With your monk.
Maybe I'm a manager party and I'm in pursuit be any because
we are peeling now. We are peeling now. Only be an Sabeka. Only a woman
lawyer party will say radio station down here the motor bring. What am I? What am I?
And you also in Waka almost said, Mamma, if you could say, one hour bread. She and family.
And say, you know, Japadian do not documents for my many won't. Today,
they will share Bassa. I don't know whether one
lawyer Fatin Uncle will. You know, will.
I can say radio station, then key property. No, yeah, the ama.
They say, I say, any part for now, Iggy Prophet is on the wound. Baco cracked off for my Obia be graduated. What over ye? Uncle will. Oh, what is about Obia be graduated?
I mean, Debbie, I'm scum, and you're more so, and you're more for to be paying Jimmy. Jimmy, sister, Papa, no Jimmy, no Jimmy. Jimmy.
And now it's not
when it comes to money, dear, you don't care.
When money talks, BS happens. When money talks, BS happens. So, yeah.
Maybe I may say, Iggy Prophets was in the Panay, spiritually with Swabeka. Was in the Panay. That's about a crack off for my Miss Woman, Obia Bejane.
Whom judge and hypocrite, Papa. Once I begin in all kind of prayer.
Who can crack a Macamaja, who could or to Papa so. That will be done a paar, many Cosia, examining the Cosia, my channel. I'm sort of 21 yards.
On UTV Hodian, UTV Abushapeni Casano. This is the third time my daddy Lumba and the phone in a cathedral for no of Bosso. Oh, now Otiasiano, Obasia Conefu now Obaki me a coho. Nona. He keep one mention about 3 times. One mention about 3 times.
I was only 20 years. Anna Queen, obviously, I'm picking also a friend of Submax 3. So, who comments and also I'm picking up
MPPS into the Monfano.
I'm a see comment section. No, obviously, I'm picking and I'm in only practice only man.
And I phone over you. Phone one knocker.
About UTV or about UTV Saturday. Asama no canon. Papa she can say 20 years and winning Casayano. A phone no board in first say, oh, Otiasiano. Na Obasia Conefu Nima. Na kake go phone. Yeah.
A private, this a queen bit me up.
Okay. Okay.
Almost on a year. Because a year there one day. You know. Tim nigga wife on so the bet na hosa have any yakwa appeal. Now to cheer him. Aye. A year we are. A ilumba and you go as you a year and number.
I'm penny when you. Hello, penny when.
Penny when they said 1 week, you mammy, I could see a mama a year. Come on.
Nanke Funi, any baby says if you know Germany. In your magazine again. Many years better.
If we never yet was our German. I'm on for 18 years, sir. The way I'm going.
Yeah, done.
And to quite the we are said, oh, come to Quassa. You know, ups and downs, way base. Yeah, enya open minded say. Enya de bia na the way I see drain no na be sa. What is it? Wa na wanya open minded sir. Enya ntia sa abeboa because we mentally na ebe hard because unim say no kweli ni na yebu kata. What is it? You know. Hard dream. So why she won na. Almost on be here we acha and date and em say I'm on the 4th or the 5th. Acha almost 13 for a bed weekend where be now or baby. Almost on be a bed when they trim you home be no answer.
I'm so good evening. Good evening. I'm sure. Send them here now. We was in the nation. Man, but you see the best started program no 8 o'clock, right? Ghana time. Man. Me sure so say and come because we cross on picking us so no. On tinity, I could don't patch us always not catch a name and so I'm picking it on away. So soon to me picking. Anna, mammy, Frida, so I share him so on Tiffy. I say more. But I know different ways. They say, okay, and then we make a koto Muslim mamma me like I did because me asante one me kwaya na me kasa no na me prepare because na ye tie bibi fufuro ana question e ba me ye se me de me de nyina ye nyom to me ye se me de me nyom to de ma ko si asewa nti ma chada an kasa ma chada an kasa because ne ma bia na e koso na e me ya oh nti mama chada an kasa because abuso pani ukwa kofa chief money sa kwa kofa president Mahama ne akufo adomo na ye chief money you know, my person like make the hear me. Like I'm person can be cry. Oh, I no make be say I was say executives no any with your share like my no phone the back door. Now can NCP say nkofo do wo ye mu a kan ye ho biem. So mo be kasa mama kosu ase wo so mo kasa mama kosu ase wo omo kan ye ho biem because ani kwase ani doso mo ko searches for no platform see me kasa free asante queen we so wie ye no na me see na me ma me kwaya rounds and samra back ehia hometi ehia hometi aden ani kwase bebeba wo free ha se dia wo di ma tempa kwasia ma me che aboa wa mo kan wo aden
Sakwa.
di matem se mi wa onware yempo udu
Young so.
na nya ma wa enka wo benya that audacity
Abasra.
obi iri atam na me ti we wudi ma wo say on your ya obempo udua. That's nonsense.
Oh, mother, they can't come. I say you mean that.
You know, supporting the Pabako. For her own free one, what did you man at them? Your man was Sanchaman or no? Also, on a man, I was back to NPP, your baby and Sache Fono, a more honomo. Or what you know, explain, says you well, I said to pay 5 billion. What is the much? Says where are they to want to know? It's all about no much 5 billion. 5 billion. Hey, who makes it? Who makes it? Like we are, you know, media Diana did not tell myself, shame on you. You are lying. Shame on you. Shame on you. God will punish you. Or broken for that mama said media and the me tapia. Or who pounds want to me blocking me. I don't know being media unblocking me. I don't know media unblocking me. What me dim matem say, or mukwasia, or we see me like crash would do matem so we are not. Now, Messi and Cano, see a young crop for me free. Because someone deserving Bema Katachi from Bema. Eddie Matem say. And we had the asa are you where 5 billion with 3 billion. Now one him or say yan first can in mama kosia ma Maa Bremponmaa. My men so crano on can't say yeska or safi do ma men akasa mama men si wo yeska. Meanwhile wo boa ma men crano won kasa ye. Ene wo begu hu animu aso obi ansoma obi ansrew.
and fiti anapa kosi anwumre akoko gina platform so di atama gu nkrofo anim asa wie sa na nkrofo platform so wona na nkrofo platform so inti wani wu inti bema pa se wo mene ase wo kon ku wani mu ase sei no fo se wo gu obi anim ase ana obi ahu suban opa be na be ware bema bi sei fere kura because bibi adubegu nanimu ase ai se me bra baako a ne yire ni tuo ne yire ho fe pa o nso ne yire ne hyeda ni tuo na okomosi nkumbi e mato na okototo because yen ye woto pa nti obi asoma ase kona kofa ba woni tuo so pato te so papa o papa kofa ye maami o woto wo kwa ware wo yire kofa yire woni tuo all because girl sister girl no ho fe ana no so sister wo pato de okokoto nku ye de sra na yeto woni ni nyanto kwa wo se ti na se wo pato na okoto nku o de sra wo tu no wa she we ye bema we oye bema mera ho ene the whole day me pesanka sa boy me pese me boni din menya no you and me like him enu nyina ejina ho no mo no waka na maka adai de ben kwasi asam no platform on am so gugu 5 billion with 3 billion na ska kro mu hia kra de aya ade kra no enye bi nie se se omu so mkwakoyi efunu na sie se in case so omu koyi a autopsy ni kra no ehu hia bi ma ko so se wona se se ye hia se e diska be ma no na wakwa file for appeal no and lawyers for nisika kra ye pese ye pe foreign lawyer ye pe expert so what you say iti no ugu ni pani mu asebebe no na ayeden sankwase asam na odi no eno so na efrihifa na ayeden so wa boda mo nkono nkotete binidi wa boda ma won kono nkotete binini because ye mu de ya te ya to ahwia wate ase yen ya te ya to sei ahwia wo pre bebrebe ya wo ye nyina akra thousand kula wuntu aye eno so ni hwe we say we the one day agije sika agije nyina 100 million years ka enya we 1 billion dia ka nya no bi ni we see your fault scan ma your first scan fa ma your fa ma na fa dey what simi no too much o me say was executives ni yi ni free mo kan ya ho ye hia ye legal wives and illegal husbands no ye ni ate ye ndi san kurasentem no ye ndidi matem sa you didn't matter, sir. It's too much. Woman, men will be a penny for town. Me to me town penny or be a worrying you couldn't in the ma. What's me do your matter? Platform and so. What I your friend say, Abrewana, what did Miss Okakura won't see at them the dinner na woody at the home was to say, oh, food is so dear at them new way or sounds so quite a microphone platform sooner. Almost a young there. No more church or so what they were saying it's kind of 5 billion. When ti wane ya sate kwen fan kwa mama me no o fan kwa mama na me be na afra o when you kura wu wo se be metimi sori anapa e so we di kubedina social media di atam nko afo se nipa ene na ye fa se ye wan ni endorse mu nyina e gift na ye wo de o ma begu so no mo yo o praise him o fo se da bro mo o mo kan wakoto wu o fui da mas mo bi foforo kasa se de ma hit no se me kasa obi an kasa bi
Mami Frida no te South Africa kra tu oniska no omo mti London ni Germany ne be diska no
meka se mi nchaw enra ahomate meka ne se enempo be 1 o'clock ahomate am one something almost 2 o'clock ye nyina ye wo a friend saying ti wa platform so ye gina so na lady bi baaye hello me pamochewo me pese me sendiska edebua contribution no na of your friend is Ashanti Queen say mama me first KBN famremo na sesia no Ashanti Queen edidi wuti watem enti sesia hwan na me first kan nkoma na so wuti so no pampa so won so won kan ye ho sim leader wife bia no be uvi ukasa say afa do mu nyina so ma no gu ni so o say there be meti me kra me so me yetim legal wife o me kra hwe me kunu kra da na me mpesa me kasa ama na te ne obi aso uyo kushini omo ya kwasha na account no na ye private yes one also life also ne camera no yehwa wantumi no asi si wa hu omo ne nam omo se that creative fake account no omo de ne na mu no omo keka yeti omo create confusion ama yen Wow, almost said that my young ya home. It is a mama young Gina Fairma. Honestly, yan sabbaty from Era. Go and check. Go to the kitchen and check what is happening there. So, Mama yan says from Miss Ramon. Mama yan come bako. Maybe ya crow and can you never cook one platform so. Beba sana ye beche obi ntumi nkasa nti na ye cheche ye mu bebre nti se wokọ ha kakra na wa ba ha kakra wokọ ha kakra na boa no o si oprega for no omu team omu bedru ye na ye team legal wife ye na kotie wo se omu di bi no emo omu di bi aye aduane omu di bi wofufu chesa ne mkwasa ne nsem hunu kwa na simifo no on na ma wogu nipa ni mas eno so ye de abua oba unua bi ne omo aka wope unua that luba ne boss se oba bi ne mi aka wope ofui ofu se dabra nipa ni platform ni bi ye de bedi watam me betimi aso me life me so na be hu nipa do me beba wasi asama kwa nko na wase wa no betimi de di atam me se me Kristo nti se me ka se me di atam a wanka se be kwa pe bebi do kwan wo ofui me di matam sa aden Podamu de wanu a utimi didi atem obi di watem bia na wo domi nipa na wo bo nipa di dua so me de aduabo anya me di odi agwa me bo odua aboa ne woni fa ne bo sumo janka wani mada na mo ho ponsa ma me watan krofo a mo de babesi ya se ya ma bribe mo a mo pese mo gu ya ni mo ase e woni ba bia ye fira babedru ha wasi asam ye start ye ni se ni ye start ye kwana ko pe babetina masa go sit down. Why sit down? Frabon wakura. Obi answer o. Say use platform for beke kan kwasi asem. Abodamana. Me say what executives no. Omo yi ni free mo nka ye ho. Nti so obeye de yo. Mama obi anko trust ka ma ni biem onka ye ho.
Mame ya announcement ba ko pa cho wai.
Abodama ko titi. Ofui.
About your mon power tap na mon share na akabe some few minutes na ye benya visitor. E pa jo bebre.
Aden. Isem huna kwa. Ya no ane say na me. But me so life the whole day. I see one the matem. And ma abua uni baby ofri baye, ofri matchem and a baye. Pasia sama kwa. Uni baby ofri baye. Ofri masin na baye. But the matem sa aden. What so life the whole day. E dia di matem. Uwie ya amewo ansuo. Na wasanso akwa jina for life so. E di wo matem biem aka ho aden. We yari na sa wuti pai o.
Hello.
We yari na.
Mpa mto mun kasa kakra. Let's ya kasa kakra. Mto sa sama mo kan. E ha me pa sa ade ye. Atimi asi. Ewo yentem sei. Na mo hu se enkofo ereke etia keka muti bum. Enti be ya nke yefa nyai se atemni emfa nka ho ye kaka na ya ka mo fanka mo ne nso ye wafie ni ntache ne emfa mo mpa ye. Efi se ereke na enipa bi reke editia keka muti bum.
Me pato me nka bibio. Wo mi ntwa wa no adaroma.
Me pato.
Wo best yes adie ya no pay. And a friend is a legal wives any executives me pato me ba executives ni nyina ye nyina ya ba ti wa life so because ye nyina be kan say ono no start ye ti ye nyina ya ba including Queen Emma obati wa his royal obi ye nyina ya ba so eni ye nyina ya be settle ye wo say wo be di atem ni ntino ye nyina ya be bo mu be sia mu wo ho no na chese omu nyina kan yo muti abom executives na kon muti abom na omakuku a huge amount na omadi what you say no tina also omakomuku say wa ya o confusing crofo o person crofo tini di said you can ye no kra meanwhile no can is not true Oh, what's what from Mamma so here? Now, Uber Mudabe. Almost so crown money, Mamma, no, yet the real source contact no Mamma friend woman. It's who crowd will be anything. I would never would demand them. Would the man who would the atamino canemia. I never got some no. Who ban a now Ubama way, and my year would do a matemu. Why now bet me a bill and crack a who ban a year? What's Yasama Quaqua? Ade. One kind of home. Mema legal wife to be on Pajana platform. So I want to know.
Your sister Okasa. Me pacho na why na odi na temi e wo me platform si. Me mpese obi abedi obi atem wa ho. E me phone na freeze. Mo te me nkan.
Kapa.
Me pacho me phone na freeze ready. Why na ka say?
Freeze ya te nkan ma me Frida. Freeze.
Hello.
Won't see yankan.
Say bullshit, papa. And Ross.
Queen yet
Queen Casa.
Nice.
There be a bacana, a bay on only one more blare.
You saw the video no on your sign, Chireno.
Queen, yet two on Kawaii. Queen, yet two on cow.
Yeah, me say, and you may be a PA now. On person who you post maternity and call 4 person who come to Boom, and also they come to me. Yes, papa.
Yes, oh, what's that? I'm what the other fun is to know.
And get here, pa. If you say, and you come to me, you know.
I don't know, be a platform, so may phone not freeze. I had to send you right. Made person many of communicating matters will be our platform. So I said, meanings at the DB or something like that.
Cannot make up.
A patch of platform, so mammy, why in patch requesting a man foul. I'm saying to me, crown foul. So I said, I could send Ramoy interview and said, I could also
Queen, uhume.
I could also but on Casa.
Uhume.
What can I from the young queen?
I mean, crossroad, may fray, may fro be a man's may frackle to me, Sanka. May Sanka.
Young queen, why? I thought to young queen.
What's you know? I Nipa now see no Namaka.
Minimum Paco means you will be out.
Yeah, on an casa.
Now we see your crossroad. Me phone and said you are any day.
I asked a moon. I wish you are paying and him say, yeah, no. A person will see that lumber money.
Sikana sɛm mpɛsɛ mɛka bi because ɔka bi pɛyɛ de wobɛkɔ
me kwa de sikana sɛm de ni kwase yɛ ka bi wɔ ha yɛn ka no ɔmo de obi akɔ ankɔ ka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ
yɛde wobɛkɔ ɔmo te ma hɔ na ɔmo te ma hɔ na ɛyɛ mpɛ saa
kuni mu ni din yɛ
de mode sika no bɛkɔ a momfa nkɔ a
then obi amfa kɔɔli
ɛho asɛm kwa de yɛnka bi mu Queen who messages are
make be wa executive for mama juma
hey namo say no be am for ko ade
he Queen ara Queen what him say Queen as moon I go to Mr. friend why I go to Dido.
Mindy do.
Frequent na explain the China say in the you be our Hawaii until I think say the phone na freezing na or
Me
probing
phone
na
na freezing. Na me fro. Me say so be me say no be kasa di atemo se den bibisa. Nti e fa masum. Oh, part of the platforms me pacho.
Queen and Queen why? Young Queen why?
Okay, yo.
Me no call the biba. Mon fan chame na me ye background for. I'm a good evening. Esa back to the platform. Pacho be ma.
Eti ni nyina.
Moti. Akonkosa for ya. Ya pamocho any dear kwan so ni obuo kwan so say the sika ase ya we guest fe bi ene ne betwetwe nkomo. Ya pamocho ya guest na ba beju. Nti any dear ni obuo kwan so ye introduce ni we a ye be ma kwan so the see ene na your questions ni your submissions ni your contributions they are there. But before that na ye better say ye better ye empower tap na ye share. We be who ye guest na ba mo empower tap na ye share. Kun be ne kwesi ama ye na yɛde astate program nti yɛmpa wata na yɛnhyɛ na yɛdi na yɛsɛsɛ na yɛgye test no nso madaroma yɛtraste mo sɛ mobɛyɛ ama no ayɛ so nti ɛno nti yɛwɔ ha nti kɔmpa so so wobɛtumi ayɛ no kɛsia ma yɛn na nampatɔ yɛ ma
ɛsɛ kwen na nya problem. Sinema relax ebe ye wa.
Love kekeda na udane jaye kekeda.
Akoto fa phone ba ko no fra kwene maka che ne se wo de wonye din wa ho nya sa ne dede ne beba ha ye kakra ne phone ne be ye okay. Ye hu no all right but wonte ye nka wonte hwe.
okay na simpatɔ ma me
Me phone ba ko no network ni so.
Nana ya pacho ya ma good evening eba your platform is a kinema a platform so the team legal wise
Good evening.
In him so
But so much
me ma good
evening. Fine evening. You're welcome.
Nana
good evening, Queen.
Me mo akwaba me nim se wote me nka dia me mo akwaba me din ne
But so metonka.
Obi frame me. But me ka say wote me nka.
Ya te wonka pa.
Okay, yo. Okay, so wote me nka dia okay, it's okay. Ma me nka sa. Yo nana facha me na me phone. Say enra say freezy yes and so I can't.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
First of all.
Yeah.
Me diane kwinema. Me da say ye frɛ also. One dan we chia my na waba bedwe ne ye.
Anytime.
Yankopɔ nhyira. Epa wo chebusuafo MC enua bema kukudrufo e frɛ ne Nana Jebi. Say mu nyina munim no. They're very popular and when Yanseni oka team legal wives or queen team legal husband. Aye, team legal husband. Who could do for ni Yansa for no binono. Say ono so programs pa or kasa wa Yansemu. And say ya na more follow no amaye. Me gifters best remo say and so mobema na ye fe na mobile gift no amame me ho donti. Ai minim say abrede nyina say ye guest na ba boye ma na ye fe ti monye ma na ye fe sa menu abema akwa na yakopon sira.
Amen. And I must say thank you for the warm welcome. Nyame shamo.
Ana kwa babie mo.
Sis me that's love me that's it.
Ya be mute ne ho enu abema kasa ma obi interrupt say obi aba na se nipa na kasa ma obi interrupt until say nipa na be kasa awie. Mr. Moderators, mama time no enye adwuma. Mr. Mo. Mama ye fe buo ni enidie ma obi aba na se obedi atem o comment section a mamu nhwe comment section enka se mi rem edi atem mesre mu nim se me mpesa platform yi so enso so atem di so ewa ha madaroma yemfa buo ema ye guest medam ase nana emu akwa babio
Sis.
so we de wadaroma
Yeah.
me medical busa question me question is say edie ne kan wo ema wonya ahotoso enya agidie wo ye maame mu say empo wo de ne kra beto baby no kra da fi say ye hu mema bebre e wo social media no so a omo mfa no kra nto baby no kra da omo kasati ye maame a wabre ne wedie mu atiti ne mo rem abrama ni kunu agi ni kura gina ho say meko me ye adwuma den na me de abɔ me kunu echi dom a wama ni kura ye dia wo ye ni kunu na anka ni din de Charles kojo fosu ono kura ye on de kojo mpo o de kwabla na nso so no obeye da de lumba no na manfo hu ya o ma disrespect no oba fofra be gi ni kura boso all these years ene natena nanso emem bi mu a enam so omo side checks omo mpnamo enti omo pese omo de ye maame n'anim ye fom empo judge ni etimi edi atenchia asem no court no ode ase we bu asem no egu ye maame so na emom wo si ni na echi no wo be bo aboso ejira ye maame echi e de no kre atu bebia no kre wo woni ye brother ba ko ola nyame nhramo na mpese bi hu reason entia nam so a wo se wo de no kre no metu bebia da wadaroma a platform you so no e yo bia dia me say enye me nko a me platform enti me busawa me nkasa bebre me nyo bia me kasa bebre me pe kasa enti me followers no me dia kwanya no ma wo mo na obi aba na wa bebusawo e wo se obusawo ono we di nkomo no wa twetwe nkomo ti we de mesre se ubenya mre amaye oni obi a twetwe nkomo kama wadaroma
Any problem. All right. We made us say for the invite. Much say indeed a ma and a chiku. Oshe me platform so I told the women affairs. Nana JB no but women affairs and the hashtag no. Me kuma ma because menim say we are see away a ma and a chiku. If oko amanonia first world country now you looking up to know they take care of women almost share enkwara itina oko we have benefits for children oba time bia so depending on the country ewo benefits are da kwem ema wo mo emrofo no mun jimi o munya sims but they understand the importance of women omunim role a ma play ewo ye society enti na mehwe Ghana me free a me hu se wan hwa wo bedwen se mema no hwe ma but mema hwe ma a oba na ye bibia ma no pato watima se bema ebe hwe oba na ese wonya bibi on e mecho no but se wo hwe oba you are taking care of a woman to be the best that she can be. So when you oba ho na so oba ne kra no wo hwe na so oba be bro so akọ different position a eyese wo ti ase se odo ana wo de hwe no enye se ye bi a wo pese wudi ne so ana se wo ne wo baby etimi mi hwe ye society na we don't take care of women okọ baby ti se wajo ana se dofsua sometimes we take cases ni bia mobo etimi hwe sa anema we a ana me to me hu si wo se meko mama na ma se wadi bai me matna abuchiri since ana me was 13 so minim de ma go through e wa abuchiri ana minim said yes atete Ghana for mema including me amete hey any suban a ye ne ma de ti abuchiri minim the sacrifices e ma go through minim the Oba timiti asye se yentena ghetto, yentena neighborhood bi a enye. All because Nikun da 23 mu say ye si dan wo Ghana. Ne bakra no piano lessons on panin. Activities bi on panin ko. Playground on for unko bi ebe kojiske bia na oba no agye be ma no dream and as a vision as ye si fie e wo Ghana. Na oba no de ne re ahye ne kunu mu. Obesi fie na wie 55 years old ekona enkwala no 16 17 ehwa I was oh honey me di kan o na okoba obeti wani no na okosta family e wo Ghana. Eti mama akosia die we beto ho no and I'm say these are stories that ya ate there be aye de ye Ghana for ma e me ma ne be ye properties no ma sending. And Ghana hana ye wono a money be brave dream say me through him. The only way I will make it in say me dem ho kwakọ bo obi kunu and I me dem ho kwakọ tare obi kunu. And ade a me chin wo mi wiase injustice. I believe in fairness. Inti queen mimi wo hoyi. Se me no na wo ho na se da bia na minimade bi. Na se midi sisiwa da bi me pesa wo so hu saa de no na ne emienu ya yepe ne ahwede obeti on e meche no na ye fair enti no I believe in fairness enti na I believe say mama akosia no esisie abam no wa bre just imagine say wo do rasha be mam na wa build a whole life through a man. At the age of 62, still owa buchiri eye adwuma. Abayo a wonye adwuma da. Etike mu, ye de ne mako fu etike mu, drive nam enjoy life. Na elipa na wo breye no, abuchiri da so efa train, ekwa adwuma. Mint na idol. Na me hwese saade we ebekoso. And into me decided say send ye TBR no mejinam ama yakon ama mama kosia. And I am not fighting only for say judge be grant no court enye no kra ne kan wo ho. Enye no kra yen kan no kra wo court. Inti no wo no so wo court na wo dwen say bibi inti no ye bu ama wo na wa wo tiri mu no unim say enye no kra de a ene ene ubedi. Timishawa enunti na meko ama mama akusia.
No, nyame nhyira me nua bema.
That's it.
Oh, nhyira onto the boss pa no nhyira. Say enye easy, say bema begina. Ubenya bema oye kukudufo ye no kwafo. In fact, yeah, appreciate you what. I mean, I was standing by my abrochira de obi anim said the my important. But ye Ghana hono de e kamia ko say ye fa man ye hwe ye fa ye hwe and oba bia oba kunu ho ama bema no it's like bema and like me who said the menka omu so ba no it's been of life here. The pa want to to money papa nkasa why obi nkasa ba.
Oh, okay.
Nana de bi mepacho mesra wade baako mepacho se mahu se wo no made bi nka wo tissue na hanky a wo de fa ho anya sa mbetima ma ye won.
Don't worry. All right.
Okay, me da se papa. Na de yakọ no obi wo bibi bisa nana jebia obetimi ebisa. Ana akoto.
Nana Jebi, good evening.
Good evening.
I just saying.
I'm not moving away.
Yes, madam.
Nice one.
Mini match America, Nyameka Chawana say, I could draw Nyamidia Mauno, or my Yankudru, Nafa Yentimi Fan Kunto Kawe. Afe so Nyami shroud, on shroud, no shroud, in shroud, who be the essence say, which Nama no creno. Me da say.
Amen.
Me pacho o ma hene obetimi ebisa o question na wesi na ya interchange wo momo wase no. Nti o ma hene me shro Unmute yourself, Nakasa.
Ohene, nyame
Pacho, before
nhyira wo.
that, my Pacho, 1 minute. Yes, share Madaroma. Mama yanko so ani empower tapping on our screens. Na yeah share. Na yeah give to your vote. Yeah guess no. Only vote me na. Pacho me nyɛ feedback. Na nampa. O my hene. Ti Pacho na yeah. Oh, no no. Pacho yeah give to na yeah share ni empower tapping na yeah repost it. No. Yeah, that must be.
Okay. Nana, ohene yɛda wase. Nyame nhyira wo paa sɛ wagyina na wo kuma ma. Nyame nhyira wo. Kakra mepɛ sɛ mɛka question bi na mpɛ sɛ mebisa if sɛ nka wobɛtumi ayɛ. Mepakyɛw appeal a yɛyɛ no, ana appeal na yɛyɛ no. Is it already filed anaasɛ afei na yɛtu ho anamɔ ɛna autopsy no nso no nka wobɛtumi wonim baby aduru a like is it in the process a because sɛne abusuapanyini asi ayɛ aprim na koma sɛ 13 fo bɛsie yɛ papa yi no ebia na sɛbi wakɔ akɔfa mu yi na wakɔ akɔsi yɛ bra yɛntumi nyɛɛ a sɛ nka wonim biribi fa ho a nneɛma mmienu ɛha me ɛne saa wei maybe so.
Okay. So far the minimum ne say say investigation, be investigation. Every police ne masa akwan no. Police nyama sa akwan ne say investigation that means say omode hold eto the barrier no so. What I say next yintimi see from until say start investigation no. And as we all know, Abusia Penny has been served. Yeah, seven. I know some local courts before. I think said they on the 11th. I am not sure. Until on the 11th, no. Based on the outcome on the 11th, no. Any be the way forward as far as the burial say ye baswana say ye maswa. Ana autopsy no so ni nyina so no omo ye ho adwuma. I know say when it comes to police, okay, the 8th, right? All right. When it comes to the police report, in this na ni nyina no enyoma de da kwan ma omo ye eho agiment na me sure say at the right time no permission will be given for an autopsy to be conducted. The only thing they say no because a body no only bakra or they got two a mortuary no or no and they want permission over the funeral. I mean over the so crown say we near we day now person who body no na say nipa na wo the body neighbor to ho no ama permission o say wuntimi nkohwe. And so only thing I bitimi ama yenya access to the body no police investigation ye bia eno de krata na be free aban mu abasa okay body no so mu release for an autopsy to be conducted.
Pacho ubetimi mute ho na we bisa o question Empress.
Yeah, Empress, una draw so bisa question. Empress.
Request maybe a request am or my drop into
Nana ya me pacho bisa mami nana ya mpacho bisa question.
Ebamjo empese ye info bebre be drop out anti autopsy no investigation a mubusa na nana ebamjo and they were empese ye info bebre be drop out anti mo be ye be hwɛ sɛ asɛm bi ebebusa bia no enkofa ɛhɔ no ama because this time around no I say team no I am very careful nema bebre ho nti no mama ye born say my and drop information my microphone take advantage nti ebesre mo say nana de mo busa na nema bi na drop anya ne fault but we need to address say mo fa nko ho na on give out mama na public no ensanka because this we e woni ma bebrebe mu eno ne ade a mesere say ye make sure say e bebusa na niema hia wo ye ne maame no ne papa no ne ayi no ho ene odobo ni benten ho ni momu babia ye niema start say ye process ne de momu fanko se be ya information emma out eno ne ade a mesere manose
Nana ya meda sepa so wo answer sa ayi we say abusuafo amowa ha say yesra mu minima de cry ekoso excuse my language mu bi mu the way we think asem we ya ka ayi man you obusa
Mama,
asase
use the opportunity na ebusa o question why on
me
say
there,
na
I
na
don't have a
address it.
question baby and some no kono asem we
Okay.
giving too much out wow man you obusa asem ni e kasa before Emma Oba, Emma, I catch and say, and Beka. Still, no what's up with Sana Najib. What exactly do you guys want? Kakra, mo de bueni pano so fanya, you know. Musania Sabina social media, say a chichra de Namosane. I don't know why people do that. So I'm free other company or mobile. I really don't understand. Please.
Nana sewa, Mr. Why, my nya attack you ha, yenya ho, Mr. That's it for your advice. Me pacho, Tiana, me pacho kasa, why?
Okay, good evening.
Okay.
Good evening.
So, media make an say me yamushishi me mum for 13th na omudi date no aba out no. Mpa na media make an me boss say me ye numbers na ye ntimi ye autopsy ni wie. Na bibia anye fine na ye hu no kre no because no kre no hu hia esin bibia. Kakra me meeting aka na medasi.
That's a per mini ba nyame shroud. Me pacho berima obetima kasa why? Me hu fu name no ntino. Berima pacho obetima kasa.
Good evening. This will be Ahuyanana. I may shout, or you might obama Marcusia.
That's it.
I say me by no. Waka, the beer, there's a bema at the tie or betty. Why you need now? Name no. And you may who posted this and on a trend in the day. That is our share. I was a penny in a seen a boss at 13th more by a year in a few. It is Sebi, who for that year so I buy him more share on the bar say. 13th from Kieshe, be at me equal year. And I can be a year. Name on 13th from also able to be in Koyino. That means I was a pen or trim and shall not ash walk. At the nip I had a pay. Nam President Busa said the year be fear is there was a pen who 2 means as on the GBA was one. And when she answered, then I say, a bush, a pen and person from my roll for more ya farm. Another day about him, or winning the echo so. Sebi, man of Momo Fanchen. But I said, Busano.
Okay. Pacho, ade ato abusua ben ani. Abusua ben na ade ato mani me pacho. We betia wa misa answer no.
Pursue family.
Me pacho abusua pani oye abusua pani of which family?
Yes, Okwana, yeah, I don't know how to mention it, but Akwana Ebusia, whatever they call them.
Ekwana Ebusia.
Okwana Ebusia.
Ebusia penny a owo Fusu family. Ana eyese edi animu. Ade ato Fusu family ani. Eye den na Ekwana head of family and a detective the esomoye. Ekwana eye clan. Ekwana sene different families ehyehyehye. It say ade to Fusu family ani a. Fusu family na ade ato mani nti omo ne planning omo ayi no mama the head of Ekwana atiase say ade ato yani na say ne yepese ye no na yabusia pani pacho di anim amamre ene amane no na enye bibia ne kwan so ba mimi hu ni say Fusu family abusia pani oho I believe ese ofaya opoku so ofaya opoku antimi ante anyina anka se ono aneye the head of the Fosu family. Sana ebusua pani ebeye. Na me bra pacho me bra be ne kasai. The obusa ne say omo call ye ne okay. All right. O see ye propose the 13th. Se nanano ye propose date. Na say man call back to nanano mo propose date no. With your worries ne de ekoswa. They will assume say bibia edane kwan mu. Inti I believe say Maa Bremponmaa any Fosu family no because ebusia penny any Fosu family. A yewe say offer ya opoku ana esi na so because ono na ye that lumba papa enua. I mean that lumba maami enua pa. Inti say ono ana di animu. Ebusia penny a oye ebusia penny for a corner family enimu to me sa. Eighteen see a propose the 13th. Na say enyoman to tour baby say to her. Yes say omo call back to penny for nim. I know so omo frame meeting a ebusia penny and agent say ma. But you still have to take those measures. So what I say, yes, I will take those measures. Now you will say yes. You propose you and still and you want to talk to a quemu. It's therefore a year into me muscle. A patronat I say ebusia penny a owo Fosu family mu an kanya ne ho de a omunim se sika e wa yi ne ho enti no the clan na omo hyase ne e de omo ho bagim te se de ebusia penny to park aye no because wo hu say Fosu family no na me patron me TV bi say chief mourner omo say one chief mourner. I think I came across
John Dramani Mahama.
How is John Dramani Mahama?
Oh.
John chief mourner. Ebusia penny a ade ato ne ne odi ebusia na nimu no. On a chief mourner into offer ya poku a oda Fosu family na no. Or no ana yesa o ye chief mourner. Eye den na John Dramani Mahama ade ono onye family member. Into air then or a chief mourner. You see, this is so bad.
Nana. Nana,
I'm confused on
the Fosu family.
MPP nyabotere. Mana nunsi manya emergency call. Oria mewuram na mesifo.
Yes, sir. Me moderators ni bi want to so na mama yehu na ya peke mo abasro pato a good year ne otin mo wa ha no ma
Shanzi wa ha say. Nashmi wa ha shanzi wa ha so enough.
We for pato na ya ma time and you will be by a better time na. Pato drop wa fache se na be obi abetime bi question ti me. One year time and
I can tell me pato time in here saying.
Pato say 1 minute.
3 minutes. Oh, 1. Okay. 3, okay.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Miss I drop it. Also, over for a bit in a sign request, then you come again. Right.
Okay.
Nana me pacho wakasa wi na metima bisa bebe.
Yeah, but them what can on so say. On say.
Okay.
Mamen chuma adwin CBB so. Baba Jama and associate almost say omo a representative family ben.
Fosu family.
Fosu family.
Me pacho ebusia penny oye Fosu family.
Me pacho Debbie.
Inti then na Baba Jama e ko represent ebusia penny against the Fosu family.
It's of interest.
Then na obitimi sorry say me na me represent the Fosu family. Na ye mbusa retainer. I say okay, agreement between you and the deceased, you know. any our chesa one our represent family no ya produce sa nneoma no sa nneoma we ye nneoma e say even ebusua the Fosu family itself no e say mu busa because Baba Jama and associate cause I believe so ma cause so much confusion.
Yeah.
Because na mo send a letter e koma the widow esemo mane ye kuna kra na mo de ka flyer ho na mo consider no na abusua pani a mo se mo tro on behalf of abusua pani no abusua pani kra nim se mo tro letter bi sa ana wo represent the Fosu family the only person who can instruct the lawyers so munye bibi Fosu obi Fosu Maa Bremponmaa Faustina family members of Fosu and etimi ebitimi aka bibi ache lawyers ne say we are facing problems until lawyers no they should come to our aid then a lawyer no equal represent Ebusia Penny the head of Ekwana Ebusia against the real Fosu family Bremponmaa any akusia sewa Fosu.
Even Nana to date, Yamame Akusia Sewa is still Mrs. Fosu. So she even has to be represented because she's still the Mrs. Fosu by those lawyers.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Me pese me yin sembi because ebi na obi embusa me. Shade a whole Ghana, so many presenters, so many platforms. Lawyers essay Daddy Lumba and a day Mama Akosia so-called letter as also Jawa Remano and that Lumba reply no and that Lumba on this specific date and that Lumba can one or can A, B, and C. Me pacho letter that Lumba de mono. Number one, why instruct him someone for letter out. Number two, Daddy Lumba response no. So what the Akusia say why they are out where is that Lumba's response? Because okay date or the buy unim emunsem ain't no where is the reply?
Nana, I think some bisa no UTV, but she was like omo reply no from Lumba. One mom reply no. He only gave them the divorce notice no.
The divorce notice it was given to them for what reason? Because I am sure said that Lumba didn't know say all these things will transpire into one or that will almost say or monfanko dia dance or baby and also monfam rabonting. Ain't no sa confidentiality between them and the client no more breaching no.
On UTV, they claim that it was another lawyer that was handling Lumba before they came in the picture.
Who handed them the letter, right?
Then Daddy Lumba handed them the letter.
Okay, so
that's what they said on UTV.
Okay, so most of that Lumba, me Kaiser or Kaiser that Lumba and the letter nema or
yeah.
Actually, no, Osaka can say the old lawyers, and the year almost the old lawyers near them.
Omo responded to Yamami Akusia Sewa. There was a penny bisa say na letter ne by na de na kwadwo fosu so amma no nia o hwehwe nanka aware ni mu omunjai. It was a penny said that on UTV live, I remember. You know, okay. But Omone Crampo, no, they don't even know what response was given, whether it was responded or not, they had no idea. So if you are someone who thinks like a criminal, you will know, say no, they are doing things not from Daddy Lumba, but from whoever employs them.
Yeah. All right. I was from Bacho Makaseri.
Bacho,
okay, that's it.
Love Pacho, Obe Australia, also Oko.
Me bisa asem wo ho me manya emergency call ba metima moderate ase in case of comment in here na ma osoro why me bisa masano ya nana jebi me pacho said the eniamasi call enimtiebuo yehwe yama me akosia sewa bra wa bre without akosia sewa there is no lumba bia wo Ghana said ma menasi abre wo ne kunu ho ene yebu na nimtie eyi no ma me no wansi ase a waye bone ana
All right. On the akosi that lumba ana ama nyoma we nyina asi. Ni kunu ana ye ne ma papa ana afrim. Se me de me calm mind ansan wo de a Mecca says she has to be there to support ne mano any nukunu. Obetimi abehwe body no ama ya pagya body ne se edebeko. Hwana wanye ade hwana wanye kuna. Obetimi ama ya saa ritual no omo ye no omo ye no achire no edware ne saa ne no. But obehwe body no area she shouldn't be there to do anything because the make can't show ni nyina no relationship a one enkola oma papa oma no ade ato mani said the ade ato wo so ani no enti no wuntimi emma se ne ma ne beba de a se wo ba enti sa ade ato oma nani na ade ato wo so ani a se you have to be there to support the children. After you have to say your last goodbye. The akana show na church no money no. And it is only to make the family look good and the people who are organizing the program no look good. Me say sa part no one wanye. Baby a ehia no. Ene se oba bija no ahwe body you say body no come bie so a no ahwe no aka goodbye. But me from the side of semi buafu no. Meka say emane ma on train e drew well side because say only be man na ye njapade no no watiem. Ain't no at the end of the day no the makani o mam yinu the ono no be cause say o make you one decision ain't no say ade achen na say the decision o ye no anko ye amana ono all we can say is sorry, but she has to make her own decision because the aftermath no ono nko an be deal with it.
Okay. Medasepa agudi akoto me stay down na wafo bi why manya emergency call.
Pacho Martin, you free so na bana makoto mention ma ba phone kaka na she Pacho mama Pacho manen komo.
Na mi bisa asem kakra bi ha me se ne ejaji osi jaji ade ohun ena ye German ene Ghana mimi madwene no ena enya ena ade we nso ewiase nyina hwe mehu se papa shi kura akoka okọ YouTube oka se wo de kokobusa German bezi mo mo ka se case wo mo ani di akiri enti wo ni se ebe factien da chibi ye ne amasemu ya ware mu fa aware adi tu kwan ne ade eho kakra mentia madwene ho a ho no mentia ase na mpese mpisa
Ontia ubusa se
ya
Sabim.
me say senior judge ya na judgment esi koyi maame no ko mfa nhye bibi foforo kan se wo de fa maame na krata no so to kasa krata no ye fake jema fo nim se enye fake no meme patch dey say enti mi haya ni akwantufuo nkanka omo afi no mbetu kwan omo be ye omo ne ma ombe ware obu ho asabi se wo de ware le tu kwan ba ha enti mi haya nchirima ana omo wo obu okọ wo mu asa wo de ware na ye ne ma jema fo no omo enti mi ni endi ni for sa nkrata no ho de ko faaye no enfecti ye na.
Okay, me that say Mommy Pacho, why na can say a fake?
Oh, sir, judge ne kan na me hu say abusu apanyin so kwatena ho de kan asem ni bi kan ho no because almost in krata na nye papa mani panyina so say da so man nye papa fake nye papa na ho no me
Pacho judge na nka say a fake
no say dey
judge ne say e kwan a omo fa so e de e baaye no Omanfa sa kwan esan komo fa so de ba no. For example, se me de paper free me de marriage certificate echo America na case BSc ewa America na se me de me Ghana marriage certificate ne ko kire ewa America aban mu a mintimi emfa nko yosa omubeka che me se me ko Ghana embassy na Ghana embassy endorse omoye nyoma bi authenticate emahu se ade na aba no original anase efi omo ho ne baaye se meme de kosa omubeka se dabi ya authenticate into omu ntimi enjintum enti lawyer no asema o kan ne se kwan a hesa nke fa so ba no amfa saa kwan ne so amma enti ontimi mfa nka asem na obebua ne ho ifa so what you say
but
ni decision making na o make ye no na ayi ni nka ho certificate a o mo de ba no enka ho no de make any decision. I hope say my answer our question.
Empress, me pacho ye kono by line, Mr.
Sorry.
Edu MPP so edu MPP so MPP me pacho
Me
me to
pacho, yes, pacho before say MPP back as my menchi pin kakere pamucho. Say your lawyers know ha no ma lawyer Jumana Silva na ba kunu kwemu fini deal. Lawyer Bearman pamcho mo ha no ma mo bra top my yes so many answer mo ma yen share na omon sanka na omon so embraso. Pamcho yen ko so ampa
me pacho Godfather septic no why.
They gifting and kokra unti
I think say the account me private.
Mama yenye show why mama yenye show pa damasi.
MPP me pacho bet me akasa why. You have 3 minutes.
Nana, I'm a kwaba by a platform. I'm so sure I will say we no crafa. Nana, me pacho me question is say, lawyers na that the Lumba ni previous lawyers na allegedly omo handle ni anti-sewa divorce way no. On what the ethical grounds and omo was say omo be pass letter no on to even Baba Jamal mo. Not that the Lumba free mo sebi a funeral my instruction biya. I know yeah, my first question. And my other question here, the issue on the Fosu family no. Considering Asante for a year matrilineal no. And then also the name Fosu no coming from that the Lumbani patrilineal side, I mean Papa side no. How then do we say it is the Fosu family that has the right to do the funeral? Because my understanding is that it's going to be a corner family. However, he has to work together with Amesa Amesa fi awutra but not for him to take decisions outside that unit. Can you throw light on it for me?
All right. So what I meant by say Fosu family na they are told many no. Amasa Fosu. That Lumba Papa Dean all right. So I just say, but they were married. Ain't no a Fosu family which that Lumba and the Fosu no. But once that Lumba matrilineal or Konema side. And because of Konema side no, so adia onune frimua ne maame mo aneye ne maame mo side ane handle bibia what you say.
Okay.
Ain't no yes. Ain't no Bremponmaa Faustina wofasefo no that Lumba wofasefo no. Even that Lumba makra no omo said that adia to many all right, but when it comes to decision making, when it comes to the funeral omun counsel because omun come papa side. But what I say? Inti adia to Faustina, Ernestina, any omo Emma. I that Lumba wo fast for no. Omo na adia to many omo na yefu what I say omo na the omo adia cause we say yeah can for no. We all fast ana eyi on di ade on the meche no aha nti omo ewo omo busua pani ewo ho a ewo sa busua nim a eye obi a mfa se eye amasa nua bema a wo ho ana esini nan so na emum omo hye ekon na ase nti na ekon na abusua pani ana bedi omo anim ama omo aye yie no but enye on na be make decisions for them.
Exactly. Okay, I think it's well explained because I was getting confused with the FOSU. And I Mr. The other one, on which ethical basis now the previous lawyers no omujina swa omude letters nema fati.
All right. So I can say that is a lie. From the information, a reliable source, that letter no may have just passed through the lawyer or even went straight to that number. So what I say. And some intentions na anko baby that lumba ekatre mama akusia say on pese enyoma we be nyina be public. What I say. Emma omotena ase ekasa nti anko baby nti the lawyer na omo kasa omunya sa letter ni free ono. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Yes, they even gave themselves away because in their reply, Omuka said that the Lumba called it a bluff.
Where did they get that information from?
Exactly.
And how did they know the date that he replied? So if you know the date and you know the details of the letter, I didn't know you don't have the letter. So that Lumba that letter nemawa, that means if you person what the idea mano. Ne better no the letter nama no I'm finding reply and come home. It doesn't make sense. And me, if I were lawyer Kusi, the first thing I would have done, or even not lawyer Kusi, and your lawyer Kusi said the Juma is different. May ye mama Kusia and I said Maa Bremponmaa. The first thing I would ask and say agreement between one me brother no esa wo na wo your family lawyer ewen retainer sika wutria contractor mo sign ye because from what the mete say they were only contracted time that lumba na man focus on nikunda da kedi and omo be I don't think there was any other agreement there. And before a family lawyers bet me be gina say omu na gina ma wo dehye no eyese mubusa wo mo say evidence wey momfa evidence ning say your lawyers ema hu say eyampa ese that lumba ka say mo na mo handle the estate na me pacho tie o se mimi nyame ma ne masa se me free mu na me wo lawyers they are there to protect my estate. They are not there to train manson for anybody else. Unless say obi tries obeba me property simone sa neomano. And no na me lawyers bebem. But ebusiafo nya omo manson a me lawyers they don't have any mandate there because me instructive almost omo sa de no. So I am very perplexed. I say we can sit idle. Not lawyers ain't mean prove bia said that lumba am almost akwenya no. Na still no they are roaming about saying say omona represented the Fosu family. Therefore ebusian penny ye bibia so omuko a wrong conflict of interest. Madam say.
Okay, Lady Ajoa me pacho obet me on mute hono akasawai. Lady.
Hi. Sorry, Nashmi. Oh, me go because me born Nana Jebi Abaso keke. If that's okay. Nana, but me bo Abaso because I've been following you. I follow your other accounts, and I'm so glad you left that Bias Entertainment Review show. I just want to tell you that. So thank you for your honesty and keep doing what you're doing. Okay, God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you.
All right, Lady. Yeah, that's it, baby. Empress. Be pacho on mute on hona casa. Maybe our question.
For Mama Joe, Nana, me for Hanum because they me whole life in God really bless. When you are there, minimum yansanya media mamu with this case. Enyakopon koswa mama ho de na muntimi fa. Wo bu they say your friend with legal husbands. Team legal husbands ya da.
But yana mama akozi aka say team legal ekunu na.
Ni kru kwa so ka ho bi of wa busuchu.
Mama akozi azo wache too much ni twi ni. Asa me de no ye chere.
Uza. Na one thing they say these dates of the funeral na ye ka ho asemi. Me feel say na omo de kwa eche te said your mope na wa hye mo si state barrier. O mane bo ama aye ehye hefa. That 13th no. And this if we are mo person be di omachi it most na anya ho na omo beko. As a Miss Musa, there is a lot of they, but that's what they want to do, so it's up to them. But me in some person me who say, "Ain't near my man papa ye na ni din e was subiana."
I believe say our documents are on any din e wo so.
Hallelujah.
Yes, I believe.
Any sad yeah, being say we are.
Anna me patcho mo man hwa de bi Empress.
But nana me ba joint tenancy and I say saying safe is that yeah. And I'm here so I'm yeah my wa mesrema. This an advice that I'm giving. Only wukunu bibi me patcho don't ever do Mr. and Mrs. Obia to me and Mrs. at the end of a me patcho for first name no middle name eka ehun. And no, eba, on to me cause the TV where me no what on would be. Oh, 50%, you bet me the ache, maybe 50% so jamame. You get what I mean? And she said, and on to me inquire well without you knowing because mummy no na mudin ewo adie so. It's me srema yeah my wa hatisu yeah wa quantum. If you are doing any property with your husband, make sure that na nekia so and so Miss number them say name, but men and Mr. and Mrs. Fusu and answer Mr. and Mrs. Boache. Mr. and Mrs. Boache ne dear for first name eka ho and on a bar own to me and yi document be ebiana and Ghana na idea mo forge near my be you dear free media but so when it come some me no need na also obia edin enko na eka ho na mo say name ne beka ho me feel say you have upper hand wherever you go. So an advice that I wanted to give to us, but say, ma the ane is idea a hallelujah my yen. In Siena na mi pete me.
All right, Empress, yeah, that was anywhere foot so yamin shroud baby. Shanizi. Me patrol question baby sir. Shanizi. Okay, I think that Shanizi ain't ready so Becca.
Many question yeah.
Only question yeah, okay. And yeah, my dear me patrol obetimi on mute on na yedin komo. My dear
Yo, me wa ha me da sinash. Na me we dey da say. What you when see gonna oh boy man. Me pacho. That divorce so-called divorce letter now must say previous lawyer or several that the number Edema Baba Jaman. To my best knowledge, that lawyer cannot do that. It's against ethics because that the number did not ask him to do that. And if in fact, if it was true, say that lawyer gave the letter to Baba Jama, where is that lawyer? Why isn't he in public saying, say, in fact, I gave the letter to him? I am a yapa semi-Ghana, and I'm going there in a couple of days. I am a yapa because Sasem way dear in the 21st century. Mijina Bontina make us say Internet of Things. These things should not happen in that country. So people will connive and manipulate and corrupt for their own selfish interest. Hey yo, baby, I make more yapa. It is a more yanjumokoni. Because when you go to law school, when you go to medical school, there are certain pledge after your graduation. Before they will give you your certificate, before they will give you your candidate, there's a pledge that you pledge. And that at the same time, pepe. So they make a note here, say, at the same time, and come pepe. So if you go against that pledge, and no, it means so lawyers, the whole world, because done no correct. So the reason behind the face down is they almost done in the cray about for a sort no de almost the bonnet basro no de no crack from and here. So that lawyer need to come out. And for reason I'm looking for that letter so we can advocate with that lawyer again, but I can't find it online. So if anybody have it, please share it. I'm looking for some law firm B. There was no SQ. When the letter came, I remember I looked at it and I'm like, they look funny. It looked like somebody just said that it looked like a chat GPT thing. And almost anybody. And if anybody have the letter, then they can share. Because I'm talking to you, I'm looking for that letter to read over again and see exactly when this letter was written and what instructions. I did sending but 2018. Why are you bringing it up now? And I pray to God that the Lumba have a will somewhere. And once he's buried, that truth will come out. Watch and see. It will come out. So whatever they are doing, they are rude for Ricky. And if they try to change anything, it's a ground for arrest and prosecution. That the Lumba and Akosia were between 1980 something to 2006. There were 17 albums released. 17 albums. Asana sa 17 albums, which this woman worked really hard to support the husband. Me that's it. So maybe I'm a canon.
Yes.
Jumana, good evening. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. I have
your lawyer back my and then wahani Jumana. I am not a treachery and law kakra. Into Jumana, you have the platform.
Thank you. And oh, hello, Nana.
Hello.
I see you all the time on my page, and honestly, your messages, it feels like with this whole Odobroni and team Mama Kosese Wano, you can really see the different type of men. If I'm sorry, I'm sorry to be. I don't mean to be. I don't really advocate for being rude or anything, but I can't help it sometimes. I just want to explain this. You can see the different type of men. Now, I used to say previously when people have different political views, I'd be like, don't allow that to get in the way of your relationship or friendship. But I have to say that with this particular issue, it says a lot about the man. I'm sorry. And any man who can, I can understand that you, as a man, you make mistakes here and there, you fall short of your responsibilities and you do things that it's not right. But to look at what happened now and to boldly support it, openly and boldly support it, says so much about the human being that you are that I just couldn't see how a person can then think, let me go and marry this person, or this person can be my life partner. That is my mindset. Like, no one is perfect, but the fact that they don't have the critical thinking and ability to understand that wrong is wrong and right is right, and they want to pretend that as a man you can do whatever you want, and you can almost like they don't see that they must have sisters, they must have moms, to even think that this can happen to another woman and that is fine. That's fine. I'm not willing to look at, the pain she went through, or the fact that this man married this woman and agreed to this union and decided to then go and have a relationship with a young, nothing, no critical thinking, and they boldly speak and disrespect her. And the only victim in this whole situation, in my view, is Marcos Yasewa. You can say that maybe Odobroni had difficulties in the relationship with Daddy Lumba, but I would say categorically, and I'd be happy for Odobroni to sue me at some point, that if she wanted to, I'll give her my details because I would love the discovery. I would love the discovery process. But categorically, there's no way she can say that she was not aware that this man was married when she decided to be in a relationship. She knew. She was fully aware of what she was getting involved in, and she chose to put herself in that position. So I cannot see her. I see maybe the relationship wasn't great for her when she was in it, but she put herself in that position, and her family encouraged her to put herself in that position. So to me, the only victim, to me, in my eyes, is Marcus Asewa, who was betrayed by her husband. And now this person is essentially not only is abusing her after the husband's dead as well. So I don't see her as a victim for the reason set out, because I think she fully willingly went into it. I think she strategically planned everything that she planned. But anyway, just to end there, I want to go into much more of education insofar as what you just mentioned about the properties. And I don't know how much I should say here, but I just wanted to educate and tell me what your views. I want to educate some of the women online on the way in which you register your properties. Okay, so I can't be very sure the same with the UK, with Ghana, but I know the law in UK is exactly the same majority of the time as Ghana. But when you have a property, there is essentially two ways you register it. So you register the legal title of the property, and you register the beneficial title of the property. Now there's two ways. The legal title is always the same. The people who own the property, their name comes on. But the beneficial title is in equity. And there's two ways in which you can register. You can register as joint tenant of the property, or you can register as tenancy in common. The difference between joint tenants and tenancy in common. So joint tenants, there's a right of survivorship. So if you register your property as joint tenants, and one of us die, so say for example, me and my husband and I die, the property is automatically legally goes straight to the wife, because there is a survivorship. Okay, so it goes automatically. It doesn't form part of the estate. The property will go straight to the wife. If you register it as tenant in common, then you own a percentage of the property. So you can decide that one owns 60%, another one 40%, or you own 50%, another one owns 50%, or you can even agree that one owns 20% and you own 80%. But you own a part of the property each. So when one party dies, the part that they own forms part of the estate, and the part that you own forms part of your estate. So it would be good to see whether or not Marcus Asewa's name was also in the properties, and if they were, how were they registered? But just to for those who, just to bear in mind that there's different ways in which you can register. It's always important that you speak to you speak to a legal representative before you register, and look at your circumstances to decide whether or not you want to register as joint tenant, so it's automatically yours on death, or whether or not you want to register as tenancy in common. So if you die first, whether you think you have a child and you want it to go to a child other than your partner, then you may want to agree to a tenancy in common. So I just wanted to just provide much more context in that area, just in case anyone was interested.
Yeah. So, lawyer, I suggest to say, why don't you just, especially on money or more no more, the Abiana Bemana call Ewan Chain. I believe say the moment I want to be my own chain, then you should rather put properties in a trust. What do you think about that?
So yeah, there's different type of trusts you can register your properties and stuff into. Okay, so you can decide if you wish. You can, so for example, if my husband had other children, in the UK is so different. In the UK, the law already protects you straight away, and so I think we need to just double check what's going on in Ghana. But in the law, it automatically protects you. If you go and have children outside of the marriage, the law, and if you don't have a will, for example, the law says, hey, right, 50% of the assets that you two did together while you're married is yours anyway. So the law says the first 50% is yours, and any chattel, like any furniture in the property, all of that belongs to you as a wife or as a husband. Then the remainder of the 25%, which would belong to your partner in the eye of the law, that is split. You get the 25%, and the children, any child that belongs to the person who's died, will then have a share of the 25% left. So the law says, listen, I don't care what you want, but 75% of your assets will go to your spouse, and we will not tax it. But 25% will go to the children, and we'll tax it. But yes, you can choose that. Hey, you may decide, you know what? I want to put certain things in the trust. I want to set up a trust for my child, whether it's a trust and you put life insurance in the trust, whether it's bank accounts, loads of savings stuff, and you set it up in a trust. And then essentially you can have different type of trust. But for property purposes, you may decide, I want to have a lifetime trust, for example. So you may say, this property was mine and I had it before I met my significant other, or I have children from other relationship, but at the same time, I want to protect the interest of my partner. I want them to have a place to stay and live. So you can have a lifetime trust and say, you can have different conditions. One of the conditions can say, hey, until she marries, she can live in the house. But once she finds another partner, the house that my children has the actual, capital of that property. So your partner can never sell it, can never give it to anybody else, but they can live in it until a certain time. You may also decide, my partner can live here until she dies, but she can never give it to anybody else. She can't give it to her family members. She has to give it to my children, and these are the children I want to obtain the properties. So there's different ways you can protect the assets for your children. You can, when you're setting up any investment, you can set it up as a trust straight away, or you can decide in your will to set up different type of trusts. You can even set up discretionary trusts where you have a person you trust and you say, hey, when I die, watch the behavior of the people around me and decide who gets what. But don't tell them this, but I'm going to put it in your name as discretionary trust, and you can decide who should get the what. So there's different ways you can, estate planning. They call it estate planning. Plan your estate so that things are in order when you're not around.
Okay. The problem with, I know, say in the US, when it comes to divorce, right away, Obano, 50%, right, of more properties, right? But in Ghana here, when I read into it, divorce bar properties are better money, like matrimonial home, any other properties beyond, like. But say if the man has a property, like maybe a house, I will contribute to it, and you can't prove it, say, or contribute here, guess what? And come home. Because I read into Odati's issue, Odati's case, and East Legon fee, at the concert they couldn't give, that lady wanted the East Legon house. And Oma including it as a part of their properties, because when to me improve say or contribute to that property. And Ghana, when it comes to if I say or one divorce, yeah, and yes, straight away to say the abuche, say we are only bema divorce, yeah, you get half of the property,
Yeah, I don't think even in the UK it's not automatic. So they look so essentially they look at your contribution and they look at assets that you had before your marriage. And they also look at, so people always get confused. Maybe he bought the property before he met the woman. And so if he bought a property whilst he was married to her, even if she wasn't working, but she had children for him, and so she could then claim that her contribution to the marriage was taking care of his children. But maybe in this particular circumstances, he bought the property before, or he had his businesses before, so he was already rich before he married this woman. So he can show that it wasn't the marriage that he gained that wealth in. So then, if you can prove that, so what people also forget all the time is that you don't even have to be physically married. If you were cohabiting with the person at a time when they started to generate their income, or and become successful, and then you move on from cohabiting to marriage, and then you start to buy the assets and property. If somebody has a very good lawyer, and I'm telling you this, sometimes it's not automatically 50%, but it is the way in which you plead your case. If you can show evidence that the person had nothing when you started to cohabit together, you were having family together, then you got married together, and then you can show your contribution during that time. I was taking care of the children, I was working, but I was not working full time, and that was the debt that I put. Then the judge will look at what is a fair proportion for you. And previously it was like the starting point, yes, is 50-50, because a marriage is seen as a partnership, as a contract partnership. So the best way in any partnership when you're going to dissolve it is you look at the assets that was accumulated during the relationship, and then you split it halfway. And then it is for the party who wants to argue against the equal split to show evidence that they contributed more, they did more, they built into it, and this is the reasons why they should get it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, Shanizi, thank you. Steam, please.
But
Obey me on mute.
Jumana Bewashio Hostel, lawyer Bewashio.
Yeah. And me pamocho ye drop into Mumpawa tapping on share na Miss Remo ye gifters no. Hey, Mugu ye nimasio. Uma gift nimbra. Steam me patch obey me on mute you no akasawai. What I say? Steam.
Sorry. But your medini is STEM.
Okay.
No, my confused. Yes. Sorry.
STEM advocate. Okay.
Exactly. Debbie Mechiao, Queen Mechiao, lawyers of Mechiao, and a Busia phone in media neighbor Krabi. I think so far, you demonstrate your Ghana for when you now say, Sebibi Kosu, you kuro no munase. A idea unjust. It doesn't have to necessarily be against us. And I say, Bibia, you was taking it, but you know, bit me come together and I fight it. Any year you feel it's unjust to anyone else, be it a man or a woman or a child. And the idea, a shame could I say, as you to know, so you to make a hubum yen maybe say on social media. Then we going towards a direction. You will hope for the future. Especially Jebine Queen more platform I can see how most so okunwe muna mu push the agenda of supporting the woman, and not just the woman but also the vulnerable parties and kwadano ne omo makano ahwa bebre na kakra me ka kire ye nyina ne se ewiase na ye timu no, sometimes there could be the truth, and fighting for that truth must always be paramount, irrespective of side resistance ebeba, because we are na amaya omo akoso no matumpo no maye no. Sometimes it is some of these battles immediately people may not even realize how the issues relate to them, because they see it as something yet distant. Nti obi hu say when you obi fi asem obi abusua mu asem ayeni senka obi getting himself involved. But society biya na emunipa no have this attitude of where you obi fi asem, where you obi kuro mu asem, inti emfame hono sa society doesn't develop. It takes people dedicated time, effort, energy to discuss relevant matters to say. Say the baya yemunso a ye wa chire no ye betimi asua bi na ye say okoto se obi abodwe se ahia na wonso wa sensuo asiu de ho, so that in the future a footwa jebi mode ma lawyer de ma about estate planning and all near mana air cosono ye mubia ye ni hu nim die no ye betimi asua bi ni titiri pa ne ye nua momma ene emofra no de omo hye no yensa but as society no say ye koyanim na say ye nyina yesua de a I believe say over time no ye betimi a protect nkoda no so timi de me driving philosophy a me de assess society ene say society a etumpon ana say etumpon ne society a tembia nipa omo da fom no omo e support wo mo society a o hyemra otuna namon na wo boa se nipa e da fom ye be support wo mo no star society no na etumpon enti mesre se mo ma ya babumbu e wo kun we ho na se court no yakoba akon yese aboa no konachi na wasan apem enti yakoyachi na yebesen apem yehwe atemu a ebaaye we read details no ene niema bi e course so during the proceedings and answer trial na clearly it shows say nokore no da so tim ho asa nokore no has not been defeated. So we must still keep fighting for that truth. And I am hopeful, say, with time, no, justice na ye hwehwe no, ye nsabeka na dia ye sisi no anase dia ye tietia ne fa ahodie so no. Ono nso enije kakra aka na bra bom se oba a ode ne nkwa to ho a support bema free ne youthful age abesi ne mpanim fie so. Na brebia du a wasenka society who sa sacrifice na woman na ye na ya turn it around this sacrifice no Canada pa I think say it is not right, and that is why some of us ya again say ye bekoso na ya kasa na de if you say entwa ye no ye guso aka ho asem ti jebi I think say why adwuma na I have always liked your advocacy, and I hope say with time no the issues with respect to the truth a was same way mono ebeba betodwa me de manimu no nokre ni bia todwa ama mahu na me gidi se ye nyina anso ye hu nokre no bi but akase amansa nyina so be appreciate okon na ye kono, and I think that time is closer than far from us nti me da masefa ne okon we amoko
so yeah, that's it. Miss Ejewa.
Me how kakra meka say me hu letter na meka ho asem. So some of the letter doesn't even make sense. After saying he said she filed the complaint on February 4th, no? Daddy Lumba responded on February 27th, telling her, go ahead and divorce. I've moved on with my life already. Does this make sense to you?
Oh man.
Child's play.
This
right?
is
Does this make sense to you?
It doesn't make sense.
And I see all your allegations are false.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, some now can you know come you be on way. Be mo so person jamia. Pana ko jam na me bia me ni twiso. Do you think Papa no beti me akasa?
No, never. On responding po.
I'm saying maybe I make can me ku no say na me Ghana bebre ho mo nya aduane kakra to mo nya benku ni bua na ko mo no kwasi asem o. Enkwasi asem.
On responding po.
Misem.
It's not me say. When you make a decision to leave your husband, o mame, o nana, o papa, whoever, ekase mufie munja waria me pacho menti wo. Because those people will leave, they will die and leave you. But omokwa, by that time, na bear man and say chitina will cheat you or now he has grown wings to move on. And you have to deal with the mess. In this case, you know, Kasa bebre koso and a ma ye mame e consider say okay menina abre minime Charles mame fa ne san me nka hwe.
So apparently I don't mean to cut you, but there was rumor say or the John talk to say John will free mu during COVID time.
Oh no that 20 day oh yeah Emma what I said okay and then she just kept quiet. Yes. You know Lumba and reply no The reply was through, so I apologize, maybe I settle, yeah. What I say? And me the two for say, so when you make a decision to leave main will be so what will make you decision? Because right now I'm thinking, say Mama Kusia is probably thinking, I should have. But then that decision now will make you to stay, and you'll be the two for no. Yeah.
And if we take a crime, like I say, yeah, man, man. So who can worry bear may be an answer, which bear may be. Now to who say, was started so then to your beba when you were bushing, Mr. Johnny. Because member son or Bepamo will now perform with bushing upon me, no, ya idea, send a bay or being can be mouth. Or bassa, or not for new my dear bra chance and no ba or brabo. Or bushing for new Martin's and or status or creative confusion between with pet. Please run away. But that's it.
Yeah, Minsem Kakra. By the way, Nana Jebi, Apoma.
Bro, me adum dia work on away.
Oh, you madam. Before me come asem no, Pacho, yeah, 590 Nana Jebi, whatever sry. At least, ye mu bebre yentumi follow no. Mane nkosa akwa dabi. Aside say ye che na de no. Say momo kra na betuma send ya mane yen send ma no. Say following when you're following him and you until sikabia so it will do nothing. But at least no ebeboa na ma who say near no people appreciate. At least next time in pono say o gware kra na ye friends so ye hia wa obepepa no hontem no ayede wa betena ye no ne akasa. Ti esremo at least mo follow. We move follow na nyefe. Why mo follow na nyefe? Jumana ka sembi earlier. No, about this when it comes to when you are married or something or cohabitating, crampo say about Japadia chena say ba no say obetina fia now share nkwala and no sir you can use that one as ways and means to gain something. You say divorce BCR. There is one thing maybe say Jumana forgot or maybe say the near paso. And they say one, what the court you have to prove in court say bear mano nesra or say jaiwe Juma na beshe nkwala no. Their choice to decide say who is stay fee there and no it's not going against him. Pacho, so what you say? And it's not usually. I remember recently. No. That was earlier this year. KSB. I don't know company. It was Kaswa Hanuma. And also a warriors. Question a judge ni bisano. Obano was say one. Said that uye jumano. A wo choice say ube jay jumano asha kolano. Ana say beamano. Ne kacho say jay jumano na besha kolano. Now, secondly, so what's now say like Moody who come on and Moody decide and that was the question that was thrown to her. But the lawyer no throw my girl. Lady ni say, oh, say wa kolano in kolani doors you need to on one choice no judge ni say. Then the man can't bear for that thing.
Because it's your choice. And the man's lawyer defender said the man was ready to pay caretakers to take care of the children.
Okay, no true. And so you saw way now. Meaning said the man had provisions to deal with that side until you were not supposed to stop your job. So usually in a basana, a was a war bar so
What are they for?
so that you know say be a divorce.
Godfather, I'm telling network in here.
All right.
What? Godfather, do you want me to respond? Or you just telling me?
I think his network is bad.
Okay.
Into let clue. Let clue. Let